Pushing this pipe, D12 a demon, I'm running these lights. I can't believe that she fit in them tights. Buying it once, or buying it twice. Swiping this card, don't ask for the price. Texting and red, she say I'm uptight. I got a check, but I'm earning my stripes. Cheating no pussy like that shit advice. Baby, you know I'm not good at advice. Why would I go if I don't get advice? Taking these chances, rolling the dice. Started from nothing, I'm hitting these heights. All because what I be spent on these bikes. Keep a few things inside of my Sprite. Been out of sleep, you in my device. Thought I could trust you with my life. Can't even trust you in the night. Talk to me, baby, can talk to me nice. You talk to me, baby, can talk to me. Talk to me, baby, can talk to me. Talk to me, baby, can talk to me nice. You talk to me, baby. You talk to me, baby. You talk to me, baby, you talk to me nice. You talk to me, baby, talk to me, baby. You talk to me, baby, you talk to me nice. Yeah. If you talk to me, baby, then come where I stay. Be in the Dallas, we back in LA. Making this money and stay out the way. Take when you text me, saying okay. Taking this shit out day by day. Go by the Dunkin', I'm shooting a J. Backing up all the days that you say. You and your knees for me, yeah. Funny because I know you don't break. Said that you down, it's up for the bake. Said I'm on one, so you making me wait. Baby, you know that's the shit that I hate. Pull up on you, I'm in a CA. Holding my own, I'm making shit shake. Shit on my shoulders, I'm lifting this weight. I wanna come on, I grip on your cake. Loading, I'm down, I do what it takes. Bitch on that nigga, I'm not my mistakes. I'm in the cut and I'm slipping away. Niggas I know, they moving real fake. Funny how love can turn into hate. Funny how love can turn you away. Funny how love can turn you away. Funny how love can turn into hate. Funny how love. Funny how love can turn you away. Funny how love can turn you into hate. Funny how love. Funny how love can turn you away. Funny how love. They talk to me, baby, they didn't talk to me nice. You talk to me, baby. Talk to me, baby. If you talk to me, baby, then talk to me nice. Talk to me, baby, then talk to me nice. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me, baby. Get talk to me, baby, then talk to me nice. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me, baby. If you talk to me, baby, then talk to me nice. Talk to me, baby. Talk to me, baby. Get talk to me, baby, then talk to me nice. Talk to me.
Go ahead, man.
Yo, somebody said my name. So wait a second. So now that I'm here, niggas is quiet. Y'all was just saying my name.
Nigga, I said your name. Now what? 1 week. And I'm taking your channel down, bro.
Come on, pull up pot ass.
You may have your little 13,000 subscribers ready. And your little followers and shit. But bro, you have no business messing with me on this basketball shit.
I'm serious as a heart attack. 1 week, your show is done. I just wanted to give you a courtesy call.
LeBron, good. Everybody, man. Boy, you
Nah, that's just passion. We love the game. You already know what it is. FYF. You don't got tough skin. Might as well not even come on in. Talk to him. FYF, blow the whistle, man, we too official. Better check the film, we not one of them. The greatest to ever fall above the rim. They wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Cut the small conversation, debate on major levels. This the playoffs, baby, bring that pressure, we never settle. Cross and spin, getting it in, I wanna win. That teamwork got us headed to the ship again. LeBron better than MJ, cut it out. Half these fans in the stands don't know what they talking about. Half-court jumpers, crowd going wild. FYF ranked #1, you better say it loud. Intellectual talk, but fuck your feelings. Elijah 1 too overrated, Kobe still a realist. Top 10 all time, now how they cut the line. Magic Johnson, Draymond Green, one in the same kind. Fuck your feelings, fast break, stop and pull a J. He got how many rings, nothing else to say. With the team, live streaming, play by play. This the dream, full steam on the road to 100K. FYF, blow the whistle, man, we too official. Better check the film, we not one of them. The greatest to ever ball above the rim. They wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Cut the small conversation, debate on major levels. This the playoffs, baby, bring that pressure, we never settle. Cross and spin, getting it in, I wanna win. That teamwork got us headed to the ship again. Started small, then turned into big dogs. They treat me like the GM, I just make the call. No matter who my op is, I'ma stand tall. Then pull up to the game, fresh like I just left the mall. 100K, 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 check the score. We gon' bust the shot clock, fans running to the floor. All I hear is go this and go that. Man, your team suck, hang it up like a coke rack. I love the game, I admit it, I can't quit it. Step in front of me, man, your ankles gon' get the business. Been a legend like Moses Malone, way ahead of my time. This the greatest sports show ever, I just had to remind. FYF, FYF, blow the whistle, man, we too official. Better check the film, we not one of them. The greatest to ever ball above the rim. They wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Cut the small conversation, debate on major levels. This the playoffs, baby, bring that pressure, we never settle. Cross and spin, getting it in, I wanna win. That teamwork got us headed to the ship again.
FYF Sports, man, it's Lamont, man, we back. Hey, man, we got another one for you guys. And we're really not going to have too much time to really mess around. Because obviously we got the the in-season tournament championship game today. So, again, I want to make sure everybody is out of here. Y'all can get to that game. I know it's a game we all looking for, and I'm also going to do a post-game show as well. So make sure you guys look for that as well. Look, Relax and Talk Sports says we need any non-biased judges. Look, if I get a sense that you can't be fair and honest, I'll just be honest and I'll say you can't be on the panel to debate. But it just hasn't been too many people that are giving me that impression, I think the process that we have with regards to selecting people who participate in the voting process, the special guest judges, the chat, for the most part, again, the votes have been consistent. Is it a perfect system? Probably not. I don't know what is a perfect system, but I think the system that we have in place is just the best that we have right now. So again, I know people like Alex M, they want to say it's rigged and all that. Nothing's rigged. Alex M, when you lost your debate and when you got smoked 3-0, that was just you being trash at basketball debating. That had nothing to do with, the voting process. You was just hot garbage, right? You talked a big game. And like I tell people, when you get up here for 2 minutes and you got them 2-minute rounds, it get real lonely. And if you don't do no research, if you think you could just come up here and start chatting your way into a win, it ain't going to happen. It's FYF Sports, man. That's what we do here, man. That's what we do here, man. Salute to Rundown Productions, man. Appreciate everybody pulling up. And so with that being said, the first thing we got to do today is we have to select a special guest judge. We have to select a special guest judge. And again, I'm trying to look through the chat. Obviously, I think Nicholas Brown was our special guest judge last time. Right now, I'm trying to find that person, man. Until I identify that person, because obviously I got to identify somebody that's going to be sticking. Oh, we got perfect. That works right there. We got Khalil Burton, man. He's the special guest judge for today, man. Salute to Khalil Burton. Obviously, man, one of the top supporters of FYF Sports, man. One of the day one subscribers of the channel, man. He said he'll take care of it. Everybody said get Khalil. So yes, Khalil Burton is going to be the special guest judge. And look, when you're the special guest judge, there's no need for you to come on the panel. Obviously, we need all of these spots for people for the panel vote. So if you are the special guest judge, just make sure to stick around. And after each debate is over, we're going to make sure to get your vote, especially if we need you for that tiebreaker. So, again, I don't think too many people are going to oppose Khalil Burton, man, for being that judge. Let me get this up here as well before we get started. Obviously, man, salute to One Cool P, one of the top donors of the channel. We got the One Cool P donation challenge as usual, man. And if you want to become one of the top donors, man, just hit the Cash App, $ FYF Sports, man. We try to bring you guys these debates every Saturday. We're going to keep them consistent. And salute to the top donors to help make that happen. One Cool P, Hoop Jargon, J Mar, Uncle Shook, Hitman X, C Dog, Max, Tiffany, Ned. We got Khalil Burden added to the top donors as well. Other donors, we got John Madden, Reg Dog, Jay Carter, Tracy Steele, TruDaKing, Get Fit for Life, George, Bees, Herm, Double E, and Action Jackson. Man, look, if you want to support, all you got to do is hit the Cash App. If you have any questions, concerns, anything you want us to put on Front Street, even if you have your own YouTube channel, your brand, your website, anything that you want to promote, if you put it in the Cash App, if you tell me where to find it and what link it is, we'll put it up on the screen and we'll share it with everybody that's watching, man. So you guys be mindful of that as well, man. Again, appreciate you guys for your unmatched support. Before we start bringing people up, let's just give you guys a quick refresher, man. Obviously, we have our new debate rankings. Our new debate rankings are as follows. We got Ace 30 at the number 1 spot. He retains the number 1 spot. We got TruDaKing at number 2. P5, right? Surprisingly moved up to number 3 from number 6 due to some big time wins. SB Talk Sports, man, he dropped from 3 to 4. We got H from the UK. He stays at 5. We got Young Africa, man, the man again. Another big time upset loss. He dropped from the 3 spot to 6. And look, man, Young Africa, man, just like he did last time, man, we have yet to see Young Africa since he lost that debate, man. So hopefully we can get him back in the debate stage to redeem that. We got Big Ox Bob at number 7. Herm, he drops due to the loss to P5. Nehari Nation Sports Podcast. Controversial loss keeps him at 9. And then we have the Locker Room, man. One of the most controversial figures, man. He done came through and cracked the top 10. He enters the rankings at 10. It was real close, you guys, between the Casual and the Locker Room. Remember, we did this live with ChatGPT. It told us to choose between the Locker Room and the Casual. So we did a poll, and the poll said the Locker Room enters the top 10. That means the Casual is right outside at number 11. So hopefully we can get all of these people in the debates, right? Remember, we're doing this all the way up until Super Bowl weekend. Why? Because then we're going to have our debate playoff. The top 10 debaters are going to go into a debate playoff where all of the topics will be chosen by ChatGPT, and that's going to determine who is the debater of the year. And as it stands right now, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to work with a few different sponsors. So what we can do is for the overall winner, the debate champion of 2024, we can have at least some type of prize package, a bundle of stuff that we can send out to people. And it's going to be a combination of different things from different brands. But whatever it is, we're going to try to at least give something for you guys, man, participating in these debates. It just showing up on a week in, week out process. And then a lot of y'all coming really ready, preparing, taking the time to kind of put yourself out there, because it's not easy to get up here and debate consistently and then be a lead at it. So let's go ahead and get this link. Let me get this off the screen. Let's go ahead and get this link out here. And then you guys can start pulling up. Now, this link is going to be for primarily the debaters. It's going to be for the debaters, man. So far on the debate slate, we got TruDaKing versus Jalen. We got TruDaKing going against Nehari and TruDaKing going against ReBranden. TruDaKing is really trying to stay active. He is looking like he wants to get back to that number 1 spot and keep supplanted at the number 1 spot. We got Herm versus the Pull Up Podcast. We got Ace 30 versus Mac Def, Ace 30 versus P5. Ace 30 is supposed to be taking on Mr. Moss in a triple header. And then we have probably one of the biggest debates thus far, man. We got the Locker Room versus the Pull Up Podcast. And again, if I missed your debate, if I missed it, just remind me. These are the ones that I have written down. But if I missed it and you were scheduled to debate this week, let's go ahead and get it knocked out. Because again, we got the game coming up. So these debates, we're going to have to get them in and get them out the way and keep it moving today. We ain't going to have too much time to kind of filibuster or politic about the results. Let me get this in the chat. Link is in the chat. You guys pull up, man. let's go ahead and get you guys up here. Thomas Talented says RIP to the locker room and Herm. Look, man. I know you could be a fan, Thomas Talented, but are you going to debate? Are you going to vote fairly? That's the big question. All right. I remember I thought I saw Big Tone, Big Tone was supposed to be here. And you know who else was supposed to be here? But look, at the end of my last live stream, man, a very peculiar and curious character pulled up at the end of my stream. This was a guy that I had never seen before, but he came out of nowhere and he was talking with a lot of fervor. And if he pulls up, we're going to immediately put him up on the stage. But like I said, I'm not going to say who he is. But if he pulls up, he immediately is going to have to get to the stage, man. Right? Because I think this guy has an excellent ear for basketball. Right? A lot of people don't like him. A lot of people have some controversial stuff to say about him. But look, I like his energy. That's the main thing. He came with some strong energy and he came with some big talk. And he was really calling out some of the top dogs over here. Let me let everybody up here, man. We got Aviana, TruDaKing Minor, Minko Jester, Dev, H from the UK. Look, man. What's good, y'all? Hey, if you got background noise,
what's going on?
If you got a little background noise, please just mute your mic so we keep the audio clean. Like I said, I don't want to mute people. I hate doing that. But if you got a little bit going on in your background, I heard of something, just make sure you mute up so we keep the audio clean.
Just real quick, Lamont.
Yo, what's good?
Quick. Me and P5 debate got pushed next week. I just want to remind you because I'm on active duty orders right now. So,
okay, so let me write that down. So Avion versus P5 postpone.
Yeah, to next week. It's a Tim Duncan versus LeBron on debate.
That's interesting. That's something new.
That's what
Tim Duncan versus LeBron. Okay.
That's a crazy debate.
Okay,
yes,
so hold on. We got that. So I got that down. Was anybody else? I stated all the debates. Did I miss anybody else's debate?
Lamont, you mixed up me and BJ. Talk was supposed to be who's better between Jimmy Butler and Kawhi Leonard since 2019.
Hold on. That's you in the pull-up, right?
Yeah.
I got you down here.
But I thought you had a shade. It said, I think you put
okay. I might have the topic wrong. Okay, so what's your topic? What's your topic?
I let them include 2019, but it's supposed to be between who's better between Jimmy Butler and Kawhi Leonard from 2019 till now. That's the debate.
Okay. All right. So, yeah, but at least I had you on here. The main thing is I had you on the card. So that's the most important thing. All right. I'm trying to make sure we got all of the people. We got the locker room here. Locker room, man. Man, you've been, a lot of people been talking about you, man. You done ruffled a lot of feathers, man. What you got? What you got for the people today?
I mean, I'm just trying to go 2-0, man. That's it. The first debate, you set me up. You know what I mean? But I let you slide. You know what I mean? You set me up with a lopsided panel. They say I got swept by Breezy, but I put it to the side. You know what I'm saying? I got back in the ring, got Zimbabwe up out of here. Like I said, I don't know what happened to him. You know what I mean? Hopefully he's good. But Zimbabwe, man, if you're listening, man, pull back up, man. You know what I mean? It's just a debate, man. You ain't gotta go missing.
That ass wing.
All right, man. Salute to Young Africa, though, man. Hopefully we can get him back, man. Like I said, I would hate to see him fall out of the rankings due to inactivity, man. But let me see
where's your boy at, though, Lamont? We ain't got all night. Now, he done made me wait damn near a month.
Now, he said he's going to be here. He's going to be here.
Listen, the Clippers ain't got a game today, Lamont. He ain't got to work. He ain't got to be a ball boy today. Where is he at?
He's trying to talk all that trash off of that fluke ass wing.
Hey, the Clippers gonna be all right. You need to worry about your team and being consistent.
Oh my God, I know you ain't got Jay on this panel, Lamont.
That's what you need to worry about.
Hold on, how do you always know these people?
Because these are my children, man.
Hey, Jay, nobody worry about the Clippers.
You cannot have Jay on this panel.
Nobody not worried about the
Hey, Herm in the locker room. When my Clippers start winning, season and start being over 500,
Y'all
y'all
11 and
y'all better
10.
keep that
Y'all
same
11
energy.
and 10, man.
Y'all better keep that
Lamont,
same
I
energy.
ain't got all day,
500.
man. The Lakers finna play at 7:30, man.
I know,
Man,
man.
we
I'm
already
glad.
know the
All day
Lakers
we
gonna win
waiting.
that rigged ass tournament.
He done
Right.
had 3
They
weeks.
carry that
What
team.
are you talking about? Man, the Lakers gonna
Hey,
win that shit. No
Carrying
point
that
hold
in
on.
team,
So
asking.
man.
true.
Where's the pull up, man?
True. So you
Yo,
got
yo.
you got ReBranden. Is ReBranden prepared to debate today? Because I saw ReBranden in the chat.
I
I
mean,
saw him
listen,
too.
man. I'm ready to go, man. I'm ready to go. I can't speak for people that called me out and said they want to smoke or if they want to debate or not, man. I'm ready to go, man. I'm the best for a reason. I'm here. I mean, you know what I
Hey,
mean? I'm
Lamont.
here.
Lamont.
Yeah.
Listen.
Lamont.
Uh-huh.
Who you think I should
I
go
saw
against?
P5
Anybody?
in the
Pick
chat,
somebody.
Lamont.
It really is based on rankings and things like that. I'm sure we can get you paired up against somebody. You know, I like with newcomers when it's like their first debate.
Matter
Or
of fact, since your boy was talking all that trash, man, give me Mac Dell. He was talking all that trash. Give me Mac Dell.
Hey, Lamont, do you only have a top 10 ranking?
Yeah, we only have top 10, man. That's the most elite, man. It ain't no sense of going deeper than that. But hold on, I think one of the debaters is trying to get in, so I'm gonna drop down.
I'll drop out.
Okay, appreciate that, Mingo. Appreciate that. And we got Mr. Winter says Lamont already revealed the agenda behind the NBA in-season tournament. Yeah, it's money. Duh. I mean, look, man. The NBA's they got everybody talking about this in-season tournament. They the post-game shows, the pre-game shows, they turned it into an event. It was almost similar to the All-Star game atmosphere. I mean, they got the players saying they feel like a playoff environment. They did a great job with this. I mean, as much as y'all want to complain, if you stop complaining and actually look at the job the NBA did putting it together, man, you will see they did a hell of a job. Fuck you mean I got to kick you out because I'm looking for one of the debaters to pull up. I saw Nehari in here. Nehari, we still got you here, right? You can take yourself off mute, Nehari, because I'm going to have you and TruDaKing go first, man, since we're going to get you guys to pop it off first. Yeah, we hear you.
Is my mic good?
Yeah, you good. You good. You sound good.
All right, man. What's going on, man?
P5, hit that link because I know you got some stuff on the slate today too.
Oh, if you need me to move out, I can move out if you need me to.
I'll let you know. As it stands right now, I mean, we got two of the debaters here right now, so we're just gonna go ahead and get them cooking, man. That we got TruDaKing and we got Nehari Bulls fan. They are debating Scottie Pippen versus John Havilchek. I love that one right there, man. Obviously, because I have admiration for both them players. So what I'm gonna do is, obviously, everybody that's on the panel now, I would like for you guys to stay here so you could be a part of the panel vote. So I'm gonna drop you guys down. I'm gonna leave Nehari. I'm gonna leave up Nehari and I'm gonna leave up Nehari and TruDaKing so we can get this first debate kicked off, man. Let me drop you down, Jay, Herm, the locker room, H from the UK, Dev and Minor. So we got our two debaters here. We got
We're
Nehari.
debating who the better basketball player is, right?
Yeah,
who the debate?
Yeah. So we got that. Let me get my timer up. Both you guys have already debated, so you guys know the rules. Like I said, we're not gonna waste too much time because we got some stuff going on later today that we're gonna have to get to. With TruDaKing being the higher ranked debater in this one, Nehari, you still trying to crack that top 10. So that means you're going to go first in each of these rounds. You got 2-minute rounds. You got 3 2-minute rounds. That last round, again, my word of advice, use that as your rebuttal round. All right. That's just a small word of advice for all the contestants today, man. All the debaters today, just be wise with how you disperse your time, man. But this first topic, y'all, we got Scottie Pippen versus John Havlicek. TruDaKing has John Havlicek. Nehari Bulls fan, he has Scottie Pippen. And Nehari, we want to see you crack that top 10. But look, you're on the clock. Your time, it starts now, man. Go ahead and cook.
This debate is between who is a better basketball player between John Havilchek and Scottie Pippen. And as all-around basketball player, Scottie Pippen is better. One of the greatest defensive players of all time. One of the greatest wing defensive players of all time. One of the most versatile defensive players. One of the most versatile players in NBA history. Phenomenal passer. He's one of the greatest finishers of all time. Playmaker wise, he was a fantastic, great in transition. He just clears him at every aspect of basketball besides scoring. Anchor some of the greatest defenses of all time. Great playoff performer, great scorer. Is on the second best player on the greatest dynasty of all time, in my opinion. And Scottie Pippen is just an all-around one of the greatest players of all time. Really revolutionized the game with the point forward style of play. Him and Larry Bird, phenomenal defensive player. Literally probably a top 10 defensive player to ever play the game. Phenomenal passer, elite in transition, he's a great rebounder. The nigga is just, I didn't say great scorer. The nigga is just an all-around beast. One of the most versatile players of all time. One of the most all-around players ever. Scottie Pippen clears him at every aspect of basketball besides scoring. I'm done.
All right, that's his time. All right. TruDaKing, you heard what he had to say. We're gonna get right to it. Your time starts now.
When it comes to John Havilchek versus Scottie Pippen, John Havilchek, one of the greatest well-rounded basketball players of all time, especially at the small forward position, matching. And when it comes to even defense, when it comes to one of the best, great defensive wings, one of the best passers of small forwards, one of the best scoring small forwards of all time. I mean, when it comes to being a point forward of the game, one of the first point forwards we ever saw, averaging 26 and 4 in his career. When you're talking about a guy that's revolutionary of the game, John Havilchek, six man, was making all NBA teams coming off the bench. That's how impactful he was, even leading multiple playoff runs and scoring in championships. That's how great John Havilchek was. When it comes to John Havilchek versus Scottie Pippen, right? John Havilchek led teams to championships. Scottie Pippen, hey, we saw when Jordan was out, he wasn't able to do that. So when it comes to who's greater, when it comes to who's better, obvious pick is John Havilchek. John Havilchek, when it comes to his peak, averaging 29, 9, and 7 in his peak as a player. When Scottie Pippen was barely averaging 24 points a game. When it comes to the scoring as an offensive player, John Havilchek is not even close. Defensively, yes, Scottie Pippen is better, but it's not lopsided as people think. Rebounding, passing, I would still give it to John Havilchek at his peak, average more assists, average more rebounds, and as a playoff, perform better in the playoff situation in bigger games. Tom.
All right. That's TruDaKing. That's their first round. Nehari, second round starts with you. Your time starts now.
Well, first of all, you bring up the fact that he averaged 29 points. John Havilchek played in two of the highest paced eras of basketball. He played in the 60s, which had 120 possessions per game. And he also played in the 70s. They had 107 possessions per game. Scottie Pippen played in the lowest paced eras of basketball. Scottie Pippen played in the 1990s, which had 93 possessions per game. And he also played a little bit of his career in the 2000s, which had 90 possessions per game. So John Havilchek is playing in one of the fastest paced eras in NBA history, and Scottie Pippen is playing in one of the lowest paced eras in NBA history. So you just saying that he averages more points, that is not going to make somebody a better player. You said he averaged more rebounds and assists. No, he didn't. Scottie Pippen was averaging like 18 points, 7 rebounds, and 7 assists for a couple of seasons in his career. You said he was a better passer. He was not nowhere near the passer and playmaker Scottie Pippen was. Nowhere near the passer in a transition. Even in the half court, he was a better passer than him. Way better defender. One of the most versatile defenders in the NBA. Guard players like Magic Johnson. Guard players like Charles Barkley, Dominique Wilkins. And the list goes on and on. He's guarded elite offensive players and shut niggas down. In the playoffs, he is only one of 7 players in NBA history to put up 3,000 points, 1,000 rebounds, and 1,000 assists in the playoffs. Only 7 players in NBA history have done that. He's amongst players like Larry Bird, LeBron James, Kobe Bryant, Jason Kidd. Scottie Pippen, as an all-around basketball player, is clearly better than John Havilchek, one of the most versatile players in the NBA. He clears him as a finisher. He clears him as a defender. He's clearly the better passer and playmaker and floor general. And I don't even know why you brought up assist averages when he's playing in the highest pace eras of basketball, and he was playing like 45 minutes a game. I'm done. He had seasons putting up 45 minutes a game, 40 minutes a game. And off the bat, he was getting 14 shot attempts, 19 shot attempts.
Time. All right, True. Second round, we get to the end of the second round. We're going to keep it moving. You heard what he had to say. Your time starts now, man. You're on mute, True. You got to take yourself off mute.
When it comes to who's better between John Havilchek or Scottie Pippen, let's just be real. Scottie Pippen, when he look at his career, he's known as being a second guy. John Havilchek shown that he could be a guy that could lead a team. And then, like I said before, you can't control what era you played in. So I don't know, bringing up the pace and stuff like that, that doesn't matter. We're talking about what they did in their eras. And what John Havilchek did in his era compared to what Scottie Pippen did in his era, it's not even close. Like I said, let's not forget John Havilchek was also a great defensive player in his own right, 8-time all defensive team. And mind you, put in perspective, big first chunk of his career, the defensive team didn't even exist. So when it comes to who's better defensively, let's not slight John Havilchek as a great defensive player in his own right. And then, like I said, it wasn't no All-NBA third team. Since you want to talk eras, it wasn't All-NBA third teams during John Havilchek era either. So when Scott Pippen was making it, hey, John Havilchek was still shown as an elite player. And then when it comes to, you talk about his passing ability, let's not, like I said before, John Havilchek had multiple years, him averaging over 7 assists a game. He had playoff runs, like I said, playoff runs during Bill Russell's time. During Bill Russell's time, as averaging over 25 points a game, almost 10 rebounds and 5 assists in championship runs, in playoffs. And he did that off the bench. Like Scott, when it comes to being a closer, when it comes to where Scottie Pippen struggled, the point where Tony Kukoc was his closer of the team when Jordan was out. Time.
All right, that's time, man. We're going into our last round. It's time to start bringing the rebuttals home. But Nehari, man, you got your third round. It starts now, man. Go ahead and cook.
I want to bring up the fact that he said Scottie Pippen was always known as a number 2 option. He never did nothing as a number 1. That's a lie. You could go look at the 1994 season. Scottie Pippen averaged 22 points, like 6 rebounds and 7 assists, and finished top 3 in MVP voting. And also that Chicago Bulls team to 55 wins. You also brought up the fact that pace doesn't matter. Yes, pace does matter, because if you adjust John Havilchek to the pace of the 90s, he's putting up like 24, 23, 20 points per game. It's nowhere near going to be the same. That's first of all. And as an overall basketball player, this is who is the better basketball player. I didn't bring up all NBAs. I didn't bring up all defensive teams, but I can bring that up. Scottie Pippen did make 10 all defensive teams. Scottie Pippen did make 7 all NBA first teams. Scottie Pippen has led the Bulls. Scottie Pippen did have a series in the playoffs, 1991 versus the Knicks. We led the Bulls in every statistical category besides scoring. So Scottie Pippen, as an all-around basketball player, clears John Havilchek. As a rebounder, as a defender, is not even close. One of the greatest defensive players ever, one of the most versatile defenders of all time, can switch on to a big and hold his own. Phenomenal shot block, one of the greatest finishers ever. A guy who can facilitate your offense and be a floor general for you at the point forward, revolutionize the game. I mean, Scottie Pippen is just clearly a better basketball player than John Havilchek. The only aspect of basketball that John Havilchek is better than Scottie Pippen at, the only thing you can say is scoring. And the only reason people say that is because he played in a super high-paced era and he put up a lot of points. And you brought up the fact that he's coming off the bench. John Havilchek was coming off the bench, getting 14 shot attempts a game. The next season, 14 shot attempts. Another season, 19 shot attempts. The next season, 19 shot attempts, 22 shot attempts. Scottie Pippen was coming in getting less than 10 shot attempts a game. So being off the bench, that's irrelevant.
That's time. All right, TruDaKing, you got the last say so.
You mentioned the fact that Scottie Pippen, talking about shot attempts and stuff like that. Scottie Pippen was getting that shot attempts because he wasn't fucking good enough. Let's talk about the fact that when let's not act like when Scottie Pippen, when he got to the Bulls, he wasn't even ready. Let's not act like this man was averaging was struggling getting migraines in the playoffs. Like, let's not make it seem when they're talking about who was a better player consistently wise. This man, Scottie Pippen was a role player to the beginning of his career to the end of his career. John Havilchek was an impactful player beginning of his career to the end of his career. That's the difference. There's no season where John Havilchek averaged less than 14 points during his career. Like, when it comes to the responsibility from day one to the last year of this league, John Havilchek was asked to do more consistently year by year by year. Scottie Pippen talk about lead facilitator. When you're playing with Michael Jordan, getting carried, like, and we're talking about championships, let's talk about individual accomplishments. Scottie Pippen got 6 championships and has no Finals MVP. John Havilchek at least got 1 NBA Finals MVP. So what's the excuse with that? Like I said, we're talking about pace. Listen, what you did on that court. And last time I checked, Scottie Pippen, without Jordan, when he was actually the league guy, getting put out in the semifinals in the playoffs. Are we serious? Scottie Pippen, the dude that's mad that he felt that he didn't get enough credit, but he's supposed to be this type of guy. John Havilchek didn't have to worry about that because John Havilchek, when he won without Bill, he won with multiple different coaches. Scottie Pippen couldn't win without Phil Jackson. Tom.
All right, there we go right here. Let's go ahead and get to it. We got everybody on the panel. We're going to get right to it. You guys heard the debate, man. I thought it was a good one. This was a tough one from 2 different fronts for both guys. There were challenges that I think they did a good job of overcoming. We're going to go ahead and start with Minor. You heard the debate. Who you got winning and why?
Excellent debate, fellas. Guys brought out your points. I think everybody did an excellent job making their case. I feel that Nehari had the easier point to debate, and he did an excellent job with it. However, the information for Scottie Pippen was very kind of, in my opinion, surface level. I was expecting him to really drive home certain points. He did mention some of the matchups he had to endure, but he never really counteracted John Havlicek's defense, who he had to guard in the 60s and 70s comparatively to Scottie Pippen. So I felt like he kind of missed that point. With all that being said, I'm going to have to give it to TruDaKing. I think he argued a better point, gave a little bit more detail to his debate.
All right, so let's get this written down. We got Nehari and True. That's 1 vote for True. Let's go ahead and go to Dev. Dev, who you got winning this one and why?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Go ahead, Cook.
All right, for me, I had Nehari winning this round, this debate. Solely based off the second and third round. I think Nehari did a great job countering his points, bringing information and addressing points that Nehari deemed false. I think he did a great job. Primarily talking about the pace of him explaining why he said pace didn't matter. And also, I think he did a great job addressing Scottie Pippen's accomplishments as a number 1 option. And I think he did a better job of countering his points from the first and second round. I think he came more prepared to counter the points, especially in that third round. So that's why I have Nehari winning.
All right, that's a nice vote from Nehari. Let's go to H from the UK. Who you got winning that one and why?
It was a good debate. It was a hard one. I just go round by round first. First round, TruDaKing, I think he gave better points, went into a bit more detail, talking about his points per game, MVPs, and so forth. Second round, I think Nehari took it completely, comparing Scottie Pippen with the category he's in. For instance, he mentioned with only few players with 3,000 points, X, Y, and Z, and so forth. Mentioned about his impact on the court. I think that one was clear for me. The third round was hard. Nehari done a lot of rebuttals for what TruDaKing said regarding he's saying Scottie Pippen was a role player, and he talked about his ability to carry a team during that when Michael Jordan was out. However, I think TruDaKing was just as good with his rebuttal. So if I could give a draw, it's a draw. I can't give a draw. So I have to go with the champion. I don't think Nehari didn't. He did enough to be in the fight, but I don't think he took it, and you have to take it for me. So I have to go with TruDaKing for that, just because you take it for me.
All right, man. We got to vote for True. Locker room, man. Who you got winning that one and why?
Yeah, man. I probably got to go with TruDaKing winning. The first round. Like y'all told me when I came up here, y'all said, y'all hold it against me if you don't use all your time. I was looking at the clock. He left a lot of time in that first round. And then the rebuttal round, I just felt like True. He brought up some points that, just made a lot of sense to me as far as, Havlicek, being the number one option and leading the team to a title, something that we ain't seen Scottie do. I thought he had made some good points in that rebuttal round. So I would lean 2-1 TruDaKing.
All right, man. We got another vote for True. We got Herm. Herm, who you got winning that one and why?
Unfortunately, even though I got a personal feeling towards just the topic itself, but I think Nehari brought it home in that third round because it was 1-1 to me. But I think Nehari had a better third round than True. So I'm going to give it to Nehari 2-1.
All right, we got Herm with his vote. Let's go to Avion. Avion, who you got winning that one and why?
Hey, bro, I'm good debate, fellas. But man, I gotta get to Nehari, man. I mean, he showed out. I mean, the reason I picked Nehari during that second round, he brought up great points. And when TruDaKing started, talk about like the Havlicek and then his rebuttal to the pace of the game. It was kind of shaky. It felt like his take was a little bit shaky. But I think, Nehari, sealed it in the third round. It was close. It was close. It wasn't like a landslide. But I got to get to Nehari. He stepped up. He wasn't shaky in none of his takes. He was confident. He brought up the stats. He brought up the context. And in every stat he spoke. So I give it to Nehari.
All right, so we're tied 3-3 on the panel. That means the last vote is going to, at least on the panel, is going to go to P5. He just pulled up P5. Who do you got winning and why?
I think it was close. I think round one went to TruDaKing because I think round one was Nehari's weakest round. I feel like he had the least information in his first round. However, in round two, I think he did a great job of contextualizing the numbers that TruDaKing gave. Right. And he did a great job bringing up how even when Jordan was gone that 1 year, he still led the Bulls to some level of success. Right. TruDaKing brought up how he led the Celtics to championships, but I think Nehari did an even better job, especially in that third round of breaking down Scottie Pippen as a player. While TruDaKing was giving me facts about Scottie Pippen, but I don't feel like he went into as deep into the individual player that he was in comparison to what Nehari did with Scottie Pippen. So it's close, but I got to give it 2-1 to Nehari.
All right, so that means Nehari wins the panel with a small margin. So Nehari wins the panel, and let's go to the vote. Let me end the poll. Give me 1 second so to kick in. In the poll, they have Nehari winning 61% to TruDaKing's 38%. So again, another good one, man. Nehari's been coming with some heat lately, you guys, man. He's no pushover.
He actually faced competition.
He's top 10 now.
But it is what it is. But True has a couple more debates coming up. Good job to Nehari. We don't need the special guest judge to vote on this one. Even though I want to see what his vote was, because if it was a sweep, it's gonna matter in the
rankings,
in the Chat GPT consideration. But True, that was a tough one. True had a guy that, again, it's just a guy that a lot of people just aren't familiar with. And I really think that I think Nehari edged him out But I just think True, man, John Havilchek gives you so much ammo, man, with his career. I mean, the man has career numbers that mirror Michael Jordan's. I'm talking about from almost every statistical category. And I just think if you really emphasize who he was as an individual player just slightly more, man, maybe you can kind of showcase
he would have won.
Who he was.
He would have won.
But, I mean,
he left a lot. He left a lot on the
you
table.
left a lot on the table with John Havilchek, man. The man is numbers. You talk about a guy that's a two-way player.
I mean, that much is numbers. You talking about career numbers?
Yeah, you did.
Like my whole thing was like, a lot of what Nehari said was
hold on one second. Let me finish.
I mean, I understand that.
All I'm saying is, I just think that because he's so far removed from modern basketball, you have to, right? Because Nehari did a good job of attacking your era's pace, and basically he said the numbers that you are saying are highly. Or due in part to the elevated pace. So he did a good job of countering your statistics. But man, I just think, man, that I think one of the primary things you got to harp on is one, because I think Nehari said that Pippen played on the best dynasty in NBA history. I think Bill Russell might have had the best dynasty in NBA history. I mean, Havlicek was a part of that. And so when you just look at what he was a part of, and just some of the accomplishments that he had, I thought you were going to go down that road when you talked about how when he started his career, he was the man. He finished the career as the man, as opposed to Pippen, who started kind of slow, dealing with injuries, and then he picked it up along the way. But I mean, I gave it to Nehari slightly, and I thought Nehari sold in that first round a little bit when he didn't use all his time. But like I said, it was a tough one. Whenever you take a guy from the 60s, you're always going to be fighting an uphill battle just because of recency bias. So, I mean, the good thing about these types of debates is when you take on tough debates, just like we saw with Nehari last week, if you lose it, it won't necessarily kill you. So again, you just gotta just shake it off and keep going. And like I said, hopefully ChatGPT can give you credit for taking on a tough topic, which this one definitely was. But we got TruDaKing is also going up against. So we got Nehari winning this one. Let me get this down. And then, so we got TruDaKing versus Jalen, which I haven't seen him here. And then we got ReBranden, but the Pull Up Podcast is here. So I'm going to drop the link for the Pull Up Podcast. We're going to go ahead and get to Herm and the Pull Up Podcast. So let me get this link in here.
Can I say something real quick, Lamont?
Go ahead, Nehari, and then I'm going to let Tru get the last
Lamont, give me about 15 minutes. I'm in the barber chair.
I truly don't believe Scottie Pippen is better than Havlicek. Before we had this debate, I was like, bro, I honestly think John Havilchek is better. Because I was going back and looking at what he was doing in the playoffs, looking at his numbers. I'm like, bro, this dude was crazy.
There was an avenue TruDaKing could have went to win. He
could have easily have won that debate. Shout out to TruDaKing though, man. Great debater, man. It was fun.
Hey, Nehari, but that's a huge win for you, bro. You're about to shoot into the top 10. You're about to shoot into it.
I better be top 10 3-0, not just beat the number 2 debater, bro.
Hold on, I just created a spot for Jalen and Pull Up Podcast. So we got the Pull Up Podcast here. Jalen, go ahead and let's go ahead. What we're gonna do is because Pull Up Podcast is here, but Herm said he needs about 10 minutes because he's still in the barber chair. That's fine. So I'm gonna get Jalen up next, going up against TruDaKing. So let me drop that.
And also minor ace from the UK. Y'all niggas tried to ride me, bro. I clearly won that third round. That was nasty.
Nah, I don't want to say that. It was close though, Nehari. I mean,
it was close, man. That's saying that actually. That's why
the reason you won that debate because you killed it with the pace point. Once you brought up the pace, that kind of changed the course of the debate. That's why
he barely talked about John Havilchek as a player.
Nehari's evaluation of Pippen as a player was surface level. If TruDaKing would have just went deeper into what made Havlicek so great, especially in the playoffs and even post Bill Russell, he would have won. I think he would have won.
All right, let's get Jalen in here. Jalen, I need you to hit that link, man. We need you up here because we got you going up next. He says he needs 10 minutes. All right,
so debate today.
Salute, y'all.
And also, if he emphasized that
Pull Up Podcast, man. Appreciate you pulling up, man. Hold on, who else do we have? So we got Ace 30. It's not here yet. We got P5 and Ace 30. You know what? Do we got the locker room?
Yeah, man, I'm here.
Okay, we got the locker room and we got the Pull Up Podcast here. So you know what? Since the two other guys, we're not gonna waste no time. We just gonna get right to to one of the main events, man. One of the biggest debates, man. It's been highly anticipated, man. We got the Locker Room and the Pull Up podcast, man. But look, you know what? I'm you know, a lot of y'all on the panel, y'all been seeing the banter back and forth between the Locker Room and Pull Up podcast. What are y'all thoughts on this? You know, what are y'all predictions on the outcome of this potential debate? I'm gonna start with TruDaKing.
Of Locker Room and who?
And Pull Up
It's highly anticipated. A lot of back and forth these past couple weeks, or maybe a little longer than that. Clippers versus Lakers fan base. I mean, it's gonna be interesting, man. I'm highly intrigued. So let's get it.
Anybody else got any thoughts, man?
I don't know, because Pull Up Podcast had a pretty impressive showing against Africa. So it's going to be a tough one for
He debated Africa. Did he win?
Yeah, he debated the Locker Room, right? He debated Africa and he beat him.
Oh yeah, you said Pull Up.
And it was an uphill battle, and he beat him in an uphill battle too. So I think Pull Up Podcast knows his stuff, but I think Locker Room might edge it out today, but we'll see.
It's gonna be a good one, man. All right, well, look, we got our panel voters up here. I'm gonna go ahead and drop you guys down. I'm gonna leave the Locker Room up and the Pull Up podcast, so make sure you guys stick around, so we can get to the panel vote when this is all said and done. You guys, can you refresh me on the topic again?
Yeah, man. Lil Buddy wanted to debate who had the greater career, Shaq or Kobe. He's got Kobe. I got Shaq.
You got Shaq.
Greater career. Okay, greater career, Shaq or Kobe. All right, let me go ahead and drop everybody down. True, Dev, H from the UK, Herm, Nehari, Avion, and P5. And look, you guys, man, this has been much anticipated, man. You guys saw the promo,
somebody
man.
said my name.
All right, and we got the number 10 debater in the Locker Room, man. He just cracked the top 10. He took down Young Africa. And we got BJ, man, who could potentially crack the top 10 with an upset win if he can pull it off. Because you're the lower ranked debater, BJ, that means you got to go first in each of the rounds. Each of the rounds are 2 minutes long. We're about to put the clock on the screen. Let's go ahead and get it up there. We got who has the greater career, Shaq or Kobe? Pull Up Podcast. He has Kobe. The Locker Room has Shaquille O'Neal. And we're not even gonna waste no more time. We're gonna get right to it. Pull Up Podcast. Your time starts now, man. Go ahead and cook.
Yes, sir, Lamont. Let's talk about first of all the career. Just like anything else in job resumes and stuff like that, it's no different from the NBA. It's the same thing as we talk about resumes. I want y'all to pay attention to these 12 categories: NBA championships, NBA seasons, playoffs played, All-Star games, season MVP, Finals MVP, All NBA first team, All NBA teams, All defensive first team, All defensive teams, scoring leader, and rookie of the year. I want y'all to jot all those 12 categories down. We're going to compare and contrast. Let's get it popping. NBA championships: Kobe Bryant has 5 championships to Shaquille O'Neal's 4. NBA seasons on the rosters: Kobe has 20 to Shaquille O'Neal's 19. So that's one extra year for Kobe, even though there's injuries on both sides of the scale. Playoffs played goes to Shaquille O'Neal, 17 to 15. Yet and still, he still has one less championship than Kobe Bryant. So what does that tell you? All-Star games goes to Kobe Bryant, 18 to 15, voted by the fan base in general. Then you look at the season MVPs. They both have one season MVP apiece. Kobe Bryant has 2 NBA Finals MVPs to Shaq's 3. We're going to talk about that in a minute. The 3 people that Shaq had in the finals. All NBA first teams. Kobe has 11 All NBA first teams to Shaq's 8 All NBA first teams. All NBA teams all together. Kobe has 15 to Shaq's 14. And this is the kicker. All defensive first teams. Kobe has a total of 9 to Shaq's big fat 0. All defensive teams go to Kobe Bryant as well, 12 to 3 to Shaq's 3 to Kobe's 12. Scoring leaders, they both have 2 apiece. Rookie of the years, 1 to 0 goes to Shaquille O'Neal. So out of those 12 categories, 7 of those categories go to Kobe Bryant. 2 of them, or 3 of them, goes to Shaq, and 2 of them they split down the middle. So just by looking at that resume, there's no doubt in my mind, no doubt in anybody else on this panel, that Kobe Bryant's had the more decorated career as far as accomplishments. He's accomplished more in less period of time. He's done it in more ways with championships and less help. Shaquille O'Neal could have been one of the best players of all time, if not the best player, because of his lack of conditioning, his lack of commitment, and his commitment to Big Macs, Coca-Colas, and Pina Coladas instead of the conditioning, free throws, and being the best player on the court. Has left a lot of stuff on the table. That's why Kobe Bryant is a better player than Shaquille O'Neal. Thank you.
All right, that's time.
So are we just reading off a basketball reference, or what are we doing?
Hold on, let's go. Your time starts now, Locker Room. Go ahead and cook.
All right, bro. Here's why Shaquille O'Neal had the greater career than Kobe Bryant. Number one, Shaquille O'Neal was the number 1 overall pick in the draft, not a middle of the pack draft pick like Kobe Bryant. Also, name me another top 10 player that was traded on draft night. Go ahead, I'll wait. Okay, exactly. So Shaquille O'Neal came into the NBA. He was the number 1 option on his team, and he was expected to win, unlike Kobe Bryant, who started his first 2 seasons averaging a measly 12 points per game, while Shaquille O'Neal averaged 27 points per game in his first 2 seasons. Shaquille O'Neal was the first rookie since Michael Jordan to be selected to the All-Star game, and he also won Rookie of the Year, something that Kobe Bryant couldn't do because he was riding the bench. Also, Shaquille O'Neal has done something that has not been done since Michael Jordan, and that's win 3 straight Finals MVPs, something that Kobe Bryant could never do, while also winning an MVP with Kobe Bryant on the roster, something that Kobe couldn't win until Shaquille O'Neal left. So if we look at both of their MVP seasons, right? This is Kobe Bryant's MVP season in 2007, 2008. 28 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists. This is Shaq's stats for his MVP campaign in 2000. 30 points per game, 14 rebounds, and 4 assists. I'm going to say it again. 30 points per game, 14 rebounds, and 4 assists. The biggest testament to Shaquille O'Neal's greatness is he took 3 different franchises to the NBA Finals. He took the Magic to their first ever NBA Finals. He took the Lakers 3 straight times with 3 championships to the finals. And also he took the Miami Heat to their first championship. Won with 2 of those franchises, something Kobe Bryant never could do. He only won with the Los Angeles Lakers and with Phil Jackson.
All right, that's time. Let's go back to the Pull Up Podcast. This is the second round. Your time starts now, man. Go ahead and cook.
First of all, Lamont, this dumbass just lied. He said that Kobe Bryant was a rookie. He could not take what Shaq did in his rookie years. He was held back by the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, Del Harris, which actually he came out later, 3 years later, and actually helped Shaquille O'Neal get his first championship. Let's keep things in perspective. Before Kobe Bryant became who he was, I wanted the panel to ask, what did Shaquille O'Neal win? Was he getting knocked out by the San Antonio Spurs as the number 1 guy? Was he getting knocked out by the Utah Jazz as the number 1 guy? Did he get knocked out by Hakeem Olajuwon in 1995 by the Orlando Magic as the number 1 guy? So all that number 1 guy shit that locker room wants to try to expose, it didn't get him nowhere. He goes to the Miami Heat with Dwayne Wade as the number 2 guy. He tries to say that he led the Miami Heat. No, the Miami Heat and Dwayne led him, which in that final round, which he wants to glorify Shaq about, how many points per game did Shaquille O'Neal score, Reggie? Because I can recall that Dwayne Wade averaged 35 points in that whole finals against the Dallas Mavericks. It was his heroics down the stretch that led the Miami Heat, not Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal has not won more championships than Kobe Bryant. Kobe Bryant won 2 championships without Shaquille O'Neal as the number 1 guy. Had Pau Gasol, who was not a top NBA player, who's not a top 75 player, who just recently got impeached into the Hall of Fame based off of not his NBA career, but encounter his international career. Kobe Bryant is one of the only players in NBA history that only needed 1 top 75 player in Shaquille O'Neal to win a championship. So the fact that, to me, when he tries to make the point that Shaquille O'Neal carried Kobe Bryant, actually encounter is based off of what Kobe Bryant had to work with, the competition he faced, and being the number 1 guy, winning more championships, going to more finals appearances. It seemed like it was the other way around by design, by the coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, Phil Jackson, to actually put Shaquille O'Neal as the number 1 option by design, because Shaquille O'Neal in that era was playing against a lot of weak centers, while in counterers, Kobe Bryant was playing against some of the top shooting guards, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, Allen Iverson, Paul Pierce, and the list goes on and on. This dude is straight up capping.
Time. All right, second round.
Wait a second. Was that the rebuttal round or was that the second round?
Just the second round. So locker room, your time for the second round. It starts now, man. Go ahead and cook.
All right, man. That dude spent the last round basically rebuttaling all my points. He didn't even make any arguments for Kobe Bryant. So let me make an argument for Shaquille O'Neal, right? I'll make the case that Shaquille O'Neal is actually a better scorer than Kobe Bryant. And here's why, right? For all the credit that Kobe Bryant gets for being this amazing scorer, ladies and gentlemen, Kobe Bryant was able to win 2 scoring titles in his career. Do you guys know how many scoring titles Shaquille O'Neal has? He has 2. So Shaquille O'Neal, right, averaged 24 points, we're rounding up, by the way, for his career. Kobe Bryant averaged 25 points per game. So Kobe Bryant averaged 1 more point a game than Shaq did. But here's where it gets a little bit sketchy for Kobe, right? Shaquille O'Neal during his career averaged 16 field goal attempts for his career. Ladies and gentlemen, Kobe Bryant averaged 20 field goal attempts per game. So wait a second, little buddy from the pull-up pod ass. Let me get this straight. Kobe Bryant averaged 1 more point for his career than Shaquille O'Neal, but he needed 4 more shots to do it. That's interesting. So like I said, Shaquille O'Neal also shot 58% from the field, while Kobe Bryant shot 45% from the field. But I know what you guys are going to say, right? You guys are going to say, well, all of his shots came at the rim. All of them was layups and dunks. Like I educated you guys on the last debate. Like I had to tell young Zimbabwe, the game of basketball is not a talent show. It's not about who was the fancier scorer, whose jump shot was the prettiest. It's about scoring more points than the other team. And Shaquille O'Neal put the ball in the hole just as well as Kobe did. And you could even make the argument that he was actually more efficient than Kobe Bryant. The reason why Kobe Bryant had to be more skilled than Shaquille O'Neal was because Shaquille O'Neal is physically superior to Kobe Bryant. Shaquille O'Neal is a whopping 7'1", 300 plus
All right,
pounds.
that's
Like Kobe
time.
is a measly 6'6",
That's time.
212 pounds.
Hold on, yeah, that's time. That's time. All right, we're going into our third round. This is the final round, the rebuttal round. You want to use it to bring your points home. Pull up podcast. Your time starts now, man.
Just pay attention to what the dude said. The locker room jackass. He said that Kobe Bryant would have to be more skilled because he was a measly 6'6", 215 pounds. First of all, dumbass, the time of the era, that was probably the most physical era in the 2000s. Kobe Bryant, just off the fact he has no weaknesses in his offensive game, proves he's the better scorer. He can score from the free throw line, 3-point line, get to the basket, mid-range shot. He can shoot any shot on the court, which makes him a better, superior scorer than Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal had a huge deficiency at the free throw line at 52% on his whole career. So he shot 45% from 3. Yes, he's a center, but when he makes the point saying he had a higher field goal percentage, it's null and void when all your points are going to the basket. It's null and void when you're facing a weak era with centers at that time. It's null and void when you have all the shot attempts and you have all the opportunities where the plays are designed for you. He wants to bring up the MVP season as that was Kobe Bryant's best year scoring the basketball. In 2006, Kobe Bryant averaged 35% or 35 points per game. Shaquille O'Neal in 2000 averaged 29.7. That proves Kobe Bryant's a better scorer. You also proves he's a better scorer. He's higher on the NBA scoring list where he's top 5. And Shaquille O'Neal is not even there. They played around the same amount of years, 20 to 19. So how in the hell is Shaquille O'Neal a better scorer than Kobe Bryant when they played exactly the same amount of years and Kobe Bryant's a way more polished scorer? This is a ridiculous argument. He's trying to angle it as if the MVP season was Kobe Bryant's best career statistically wise when it was not. It was 2006 from scoring the basketball. But we all know that. That's why Kobe Bryant, like I just said, has a better resume, has had more accomplishments with less help against more competition as the number 1 option. The whole narrative was that Kobe Bryant could not win a championship without Shaq. Well, guess what? He went to 3 NBA finals. He won 2 of them, and he was able to win 1 as the 1-2 without Shaquille O'Neal, and that put him and propelled him over Shaquille O'Neal to this day. Thank you. Good night. Have a seat. Fuck you, locker room.
All right, locker room. You heard what he had to say. Your time starts now. Go ahead and cook.
This dude is a total idiot, right? Kobe Bryant went to the finals 7 times, ladies and gentlemen. Guess how many times he was the best player on those finals teams? 3 out of those 7 times he went to the finals. Shaquille O'Neal went to the finals 6 times, and he was the best player on 5 of those finals teams. So let's look at the finals, right? Shaquille O'Neal stats in the NBA finals: 34 points, 14 rebounds, and 3 assists in 20 games. We'll just take the Los Angeles Lakers, his 3 rings with the Lakers. 34, 14, and 3 in 20 games for the Lakers. This is Kobe Bryant's final stats for his career with the Los Angeles Lakers. 25, 6, and 5. What are we really even talking about? So, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, Kobe Bryant having 1 more ring than Shaq means absolutely nothing, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Kobe Bryant, you stupid fuck, came into the NBA, and guess who he had on his team? A player that was better than he was. Shaquille O'Neal, ladies and gentlemen, did not finally play with a player that was better than he was until he was in year 14. Year 14. Shaq and Kobe both won their final rings in year 14. Shaq didn't win a ring with a player that was better than him until year 14. Kobe won a ring with a player that was better than him in year 4. What are we talking about? Of course, Kobe has more rings. You played with a player for the majority of your career that was better than you were. And guess what? Shaq was still able to do more than you did without Shaq on your team. He got 3 finals MVPs and an MVP while Kobe was on the roster. Kobe couldn't do that until Shaq left, and he still wasn't able to get 3 finals MVPs when Shaq left. He was only able to get 2, was only able to get 1 MVP. And if you look at the statistics, Shaquille O'Neal watched him in his MVP season. Shaquille O'Neal, without a shadow of a doubt, had the better career than Kobe Bryant. It's not even close.
That's time. All right, let's get everybody back up. Hold on, let me start the community poll. Well, let me start the poll in the chat. Let's go ahead and bring everybody up. Let's get this down. TruDaKing, Dev, Herm, Nehari, P5, Avion, and H from the UK, man. Very intriguing debate, man. Very intriguing debate. This might be one of the best ones I've heard in a while. I'm not gonna lie. Like I say, this is one where I can clearly say both guys did their thing, man. Let me start with TruDaKing. TruDaKing, who you got winning that debate and why?
That was a very, very close debate. Man, very close. I mean, both of them, shout out to y'all, BJ, Reggie. Shout out to y'all for bringing it. Damn. It's really, really, it's one of the closest debates that I think I play part of a judge.
Gotta pick one. Let's hear it.
Both of them brought fact. Like both of them brought the facts. Both of them did enough to win. Let me make that clear. Both of them did enough to win. But if I have to edge it to who brought in more facts and a little bit more facts to the table, I gotta give the locker room. Like you said, I think both. Like you said, the whole debate was a back and forth. It's like a back and forth matchup. Counters and all that being said, but I think in that third round, I think Reggie locker room took it home for a little bit, edged it out. It was a very great debate.
Hell of a debate. You is right about that. We got locker room up 1 round on the panel. We're gonna go with Dev. Who you got winning that and why?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. We hear you.
All right. I got Pull Up Podcast winning solely based off the I think the first round he started out real strong because remember the debate is a better career, and he listed why based off the accomplishments. When you talk about career, accomplishments do matter in that standpoint. And I think in round 3, what took it home was when he listed reiterated Kobe's career stats and counter his stats as a scorer and counter his points of his best year, his MVP year when he tried to win. When locker room countered his points, I think he did a good job rebutting his points in that third round, highlighting Kobe's accolades, highlighting Kobe's skill set, and why he was not only had a better career, but even it was a better scorer, and it was a better scorer in his career. So that's why I am winning.
All right, so we got to vote for the Pull Up Podcast. We're gonna go to Herm. Herm, you heard it. Who you got winning and why?
Very close. It was interesting because of the angle that locker room took. It was an interesting angle, but he did good. But I'm gonna roll with the Pull Up Podcast. Pull Up Podcast actually won the first 2 rounds. Reggie came strong the third, but I'm gonna give it to Pull Up Podcast.
All right, so we have 2 votes for Pull Up Podcast. We got Nehari Bulls fan. Who you got winning and why?
I'm gonna go with Pull Up Podcast 2-1. On the first round, I thought Pull Up clearly won it because he brought up all the accolades and accomplishments that Kobe Bryant had. More All-NBAs, more All-Defense, more All-Star appearances. In the second round, he brought up the fact that Kobe Bryant is one of the only players in NBA history to win 2 championships with a non-top 75 player. That was a great point. The third round, I thought locker room won the third round. And altogether, I thought the Pull Up Podcast won 2-1.
All right, so we got another vote for Pull Up Podcast. Let's go to H from the UK. Who you got winning that one and why?
I agree with Herm and Nehari. Pull Up Podcast 1. I think first round, it was a clean job. Second round, that was Pull Up Podcast's best round. I think that was a E for them, and that was excellent. And then the third round, I just think he just took it off really, and then Reggie done his thing, but 2-1 as well. I agree, 2-1.
All right, let's go to Avion. Who you got winning and why?
Oh man, this is a tough one. I think a lot of us got thrown off was the first round when the locker room started throwing out draft picks and he asked, who is the other, top 10 or top player that got traded. That was kind of strange. But man, I edged out the locker room. I felt like his rebuttals was spot on, especially in round 3 and round 2. He kept it more consistent and started focusing on Shaq, and during his time, and he brought up the finals and what he did and the impact that Shaq had when he was in that spotlight, and I actually gave it to the locker room. It was actually 2-1. So,
all right. We got another vote for the locker room. Let's go to who didn't. P5. Who you got winning and why?
I think round 1 and round 3 is easily round 1 was easily pull up, and round 3 was easily locker room. It just kind of comes down to the second round, and if the debate is a better career, which it's not a better player. If it's a better career, then the accolades and stuff like that all matters. I do like how Pull Up contextualized the weaker centers that Shaq played, right? And I don't really think locker room countered that. So unfortunately, I'm going to have to go with Pull Up 2-1 on that.
All right. So that ends it on the panel. Pull Up wins on the panel 5-2. Let's end it in the chat. Let's see what we got. Let me end the poll. And we have in the poll, locker room winning 61% to 38%. So that means we are tied. So we have to go to our special guest judge. And we got Khalil. And Khalil, we're waiting for Khalil to come through in the chat with his vote to break any tie. So Khalil, who do you have winning? And also, Khalil, if you can give a short message as to who you have. And Khalil gives it to the locker room 2-1. Wow.
Pack his ass up. Pack his ass up.
Man, that's
wow. Hold on. Let me say now. Hold on. Let me say.
I need that password. What's the password to that channel?
Hold on. Let me get my piece on this, Cheryl, because like I said before, I'm gonna clip this. This was one of the better debates. Like this was high quality. When it started off, I think Pull Up won the first round. I don't think nobody's gonna really disagree with that. The second round, like P5 said, was the round that brought everything into question. The third round, I think locker room did a really good job. That point he made about Kobe playing with the best player, I mean, that really kind of won the third round for him. So it came down to the second round, and that second round for me was just a complete tie. I mean, I honestly feel bad for the people that had to vote on that second round because I think they made some really good points. Now, look, if you have to ask me, if I have to be completely fair, I would believe that Pull Up slightly on a buzzer beater got him in the second round. That's the but the thing is, I can see how other voters could see the other way. So, but I think locker room made some hella fight points in that second round. And this is just one of them debates that I'm gonna have to just sit down and listen to for a second time to get it all in, because they was dropping some gems and they was putting so much information out there. I mean, and it's just whatever hit home most. But like I say, I mean, the vote is the vote, and that's what we got to go with. And you got to give a salute to the Pull Up Podcast for coming up here and doing a hell of a job in the locker room, man. He He entered the rankings, man. He said he was gonna come out with the win. He came out with the win, man.
Lamont, where's my music, Lamont? You hold me. I need my music, man. I gotta talk my shit.
There should be no crying. This could have gone either way.
Let little buddy go first and let me talk my shit.
Hold on. Let me hear
music
from
on his ass.
Let me hear from the Pull Up Podcast. And the Pull Up Podcast, man. What are y'all? What are your thoughts on this, man? You came up here, you did your thing, man. You won the panel, but you lost the chat and then you lost the tiebreaker, man. What are your thoughts on this?
I mean, shit. Good debate. I thought I won it, but I mean, hey, the chat spoke and then Khalil spoke, so lost the debate.
All right, we're gonna, you know what? We're gonna put locker room because locker room been wanting on this for a while. We're gonna put them on the big screen. Locker room, man. Go ahead and talk to the people, man. Do I get my music or what, Lamont? Go ahead, man.
All right, listen, man. You know what I'm saying? Lil Buddy called me out, right? A few weeks ago. It took him a month just to get his shit together, right? He said he got to work the Clipper games. I guess, Kawhi needed an extra ball boy, so that's why it took a few weeks. But like I said, we was finally able to do it tonight. We got his ass up out of there. Don't ever come for me, little nigga, again. I did not sin for you. I never spoke on your bitch ass name. You came for me. I didn't even sin for you. Now, like I said, I need that password to that weak ass channel you got. I'm gonna get that shit to my sister and let her start talking sports. It'd be better than you. You're fucking trash, nigga. Don't ever speak on me on that bullshit ass, whack ass podcast. Like I said, the name of your channel is fuck the Pull Up Podcast. We naming your shit the Pull Up Podcast. You is ass, nigga. You are trash. Pack them the fuck up. Get them the fuck up out of here. Don't talk to me again, little nigga.
Hey, Lamar, can I say something?
All right, let's go. Let's hear it. We're gonna definitely you
guys. Can I say something, Lamont?
Let me get you on the big screen. Hold on 1 second.
Put the sad music on his ass.
Hold on. Go ahead, Cook.
I just want to know. I mean, shit. He acting like he just had a unanimous win, but I mean, I don't know how many people he sent on his chat, man, to come vote for his ass. But we will be meeting again, homie. We will be meeting again. It's my first ever debate. I don't know if he knows that, but we will be meeting again. That's a fact.
But look, pull up. The one thing I want to say though, don't hang your head on this one, bro. This was a hell of a debate. Like, obviously people gonna talk their shit. That's just everybody get their little, but at the end of the day, this was a hell of a. I ain't gonna lie. This was a hell of a debate. I can't lie. I can't put no extra sauce on it. I even told you my thoughts on it, and it's just one that I feel like we all got to watch again. Look at Low. Look, Low. Are you coming for the locker room, Low? Are you coming for the locker room? Is Legend of Winning coming for the locker room?
I'm not gonna lie. When you put it in the rankings, put controversial win because this was very controversial. Bro.
Hey, and look, but the thing is, I mean, after I heard that first round, I thought Pull Up was gonna win it soundly.
Really, Lamont? After you read off a Basketball Reference the whole round?
But sometimes remember over here with me, I don't knock people for doing research. That's even one of the mantras of this channel, research purposes only. And I don't expect people to come up here and be hellified presenters. Like, some people aren't as good at presenting live in front of a lot of people as others. And he warmed up. He got better after the first round. And obviously you turned up as well, though. That's what really caught him, and the way you finish. And I think that's one of the biggest things about going last. When you are able to go last and you can finish strong, I think you had the most impressionable moment with that third round, which is what propelled you, I believe. So that's what I'm saying. I'm not slighting anybody. Yeah, both y'all did a hell of a job. I hope to see the Pull Up in some more debates, and I definitely want to see the rematch if y'all can get that rematch going, man.
But Lamont, let me say this, right? Y'all saying he made the argument that Kobe had the greater career, like I stated in the third round.
Yeah.
If Shaq would have came into the NBA and had a player on his roster that was better than him, how many championships you think Shaq would have won?
No, but I think that's one of the points that I think won you that third round, and I think that might have been one of the strongest points of the day. That's what I'm saying. We definitely got that point. That point, one of the points that brought it home. I think if pull up, if he would have had like a signature point like yours that could have brought everything together, something that people are gonna walk away remembering, I think that's what could have helped him. And what you said in the second round, he spent more time in the second round rebuttaling than actually giving us gems about Kobe.
See, I didn't know. I thought
He
that
didn't focus on
was
the
the.
impact. He didn't focus on the impact of Kobe.
Yeah.
If he would
Lamont,
have
was
focused
telling.
on the
I
impact,
thought.
he would have won with ease.
Lamont, let me say this too, right? So another point I made. Shaq did what he did with Kobe on the team. Kobe couldn't do what Shaq was able to do until Shaq left.
No. Kobe did what he did when Shaq was on the team.
No, he didn't,
It was
nigga.
more, bro. Yes, he did.
Bro, Shaq won 3 finals
hold
MVPs
on,
with Kobe on the team.
There's no
The
reason
ball
to
went through.
argue
The
now,
ball
man.
went through. The ball
It's a
went through
good debate.
Shaq. The ball went through Shaq designedly. That wasn't something that went through Kobe. It went through Shaq.
Hey,
That's who the ball went through.
Hey, look, I know y'all want to politic about this, but we got. And look, pull up for the pull up. The thing is, you still got fish to fry in this battle. You know what I mean? Like I say, locker room's done for the day. So you again, it's about refocusing. You got a double header. You still got Herm to deal with, and Herm is sitting right here on the panel. So again, now we just got to refocus. You understand the format. You got warmed up. And like I say, Herm is no pushover either. If Herm decides to lock in, he could beat anybody on any given day.
Hey, I'm gonna tell Herm.
Say something real quick though before y'all.
Herm, you need to stop politicking, nigga. I seen you over there on the Pull Up Podcast.
Yeah, I be cooking his ass every day, and I be cooking his ass every day though. I be cooking Pull Up every day.
Hey, y'all, make sure y'all. I gotta say this one time too. Let me say this. Make sure y'all check out.
Like I cook your bum ass because all he had to do was talk about Kobe Impact. He would have beat you.
Real quick, Lamont. Can you make sure that Pull Up sends the password to his channel in the private chat? I need that.
You will never get that.
But I thought you said you were gonna shut my channel down. I need.
Bro, according to the panel, your shit was shut down.
Nigga.
Your panel, these nuts, nigga. These nuts, nigga. That's what you can get. These nuts.
Hey, look. Right now,
look. Yo, Mott, though, for them special guest votes, you should just make it yourself. Cause bro, come on, bro. These niggas
Look, I've been doing it like this. I've been doing it like this, and I've been doing it like this. And again, the way we've been doing it. When people win, they don't complain. When people lose, you can't complain either. Yeah, Locker room lost with this same format. He's won with this same format. Young Africa's won with this format. Even TruDaKing. TruDaKing is taking probably some of the most controversial losses next to Young Africa. So
it's always a problem when I win, though, Lamont. It's a problem.
All I'm saying is
change the system. They want to change the system.
I don't think anybody got robbed. That could have gone anyway.
Hey, Pull Up. I feel like one thing you could have said, Pull Up, was harp on Kobe's longevity. That part of career.
You should have focused on the impact of Kobe Bryant. He left a lot on the
table. Should have talked about Kobe's scoring ability with all the 50 points, 40 points, 81
if he would have focused on
No, the one thing he didn't talk about, the one thing I think is the true separator from the two is the defense. I mean,
he brought that up.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to
elaborate on it.
But when you talk about both of them are great scorers in their own right to a certain degree. The biggest separator, if you're trying to, like when you're debating two players, what's one thing that locker room can't say about Shaq that Kobe had? It's the defense. Shaq was a great defensive player in Orlando. I don't know if he was really looked at that after Orlando. And so if you want to find a separator, you got to find those things, and you got to really, basketball is a complete game. You got to play both sides, and you start talking about that. But I just think irregardless, and he might have even had them notes to the side and just didn't get to them. And sometimes that happens when you're debating. So irregardless, it was still a hell of a debate, man. Like I said, but we got to move on to the next one, y'all.
I'm gonna drop out for Jalen. He wants the link.
Oh yeah. Go ahead. Let me drop the link.
Lamont.
Yeah, what up?
I'm gonna drop out myself anyway. But before I drop out, book me in for Sturdy, book me in for E5, book me in for Pern, book me in for Nehari. I'm going to say.
Yeah, your mic going in and out. Yeah, your mic going in and out.
Okay, again, put me in for
Hey, Lamont,
put me in for
you got
P5,
that?
put me in for Herm, put me in for Nehari. Safe.
Hey,
Stay
Lamont,
safe,
you
eh?
got that clip I sent you,
Stay safe.
Lamont?
I
sure
Hey, Lamar, I
sent it
got
to
one
you.
debate today with
Where'd you send
Sturdy.
it? Where'd you send it at?
I sent it to your phone.
All right, let me see.
Hey, Lamar.
I didn't get a chance to clip it, bro. I was doing.
I'm not gonna lie. What's
Real
Hold
quick,
on.
Nehari. Lamont, I know I had a few scheduled, and I think some got postponed. What are my debates today?
The one we have for you today was Sturdy and Sturdy versus P5 in season tournament winners debate.
And I have to get the Pacers because it's the underdog team, or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So hold on, Sturdy just pulled up, and we got Simply Ball dropping in the background. Again, like I say, I want to, because I know I don't want to hold Pull Up Podcast too much longer, because I know he might be doing a show for the in season tournament game. So I want to go ahead and get his debate with Herm out the way. We got Ayo. What Low keeps saying this weak comp, like Low. The one thing is to say is weak comp, but the one thing that I've seen is that whenever I underestimate somebody, they activate. And Nehari surprised me so far. A locker room, obviously, the last two times. You got the usuals like Sturdy, True, and Young Africa, who are always solid. I mean, saying is weak comp and then actually coming up here and proving his weak comp is two different things. No, P5, you've climbed the rankings as well. But all I'm saying is it's going to get to a point where you're going to have to sit up here under that 2-minute fire, and we're going to have to really see. Because it ain't a real big safety net of you having your fan base at Players' Choice over here, man. You got a humongous safety net of fans that will carry you even when you're struggling low. And so, look, Lo, I want to see you get into the debate circuit. I want to see you in the Super Bowl of debates, man, at the end of the year. And when we're looking at the top 10, that would be crazy to see Lo. But look, it is what it is. But hold on, let me
P5 versus H. About to be a good debate.
Let me drop the link for Jalen. Let me drop the link for Jalen, and while I do that, I'm going to drop everybody down so we can get to Herm and the Pull Up Podcast. And their debate topic is going to be who has been a better player since 2019, Kawhi or Jimmy Butler. And this is another topic that Pull Up is well versed in. So I expect another really good debate coming up. But Jalen, I dropped that link. It's either for you or Low. We got one. Oh no, hold on. We got Simply Ball dropping here. So I'm going to drop you guys into the backstage so we can get to this next one. So I'm going to drop True. I'm going to drop the locker room, Nehari, P5. Oh, hold on. We need pull up here. Sturdy, I'm going to drop you down. Simply Ball dropping and Avion dropping y'all down. All right, so y'all know the topic. Pull Up Podcast has Kawhi Leonard since 2019. Herm has Jimmy Butler. Pull Up Podcast is the lower ranked debater, so he's going to have to go first in each of the rounds, just like we've done before. Let me get the clock on the screen. Give me 1 second. All right, here we go. Clock is on the screen. And Pull Up Podcast, man. Back-to-back debates. You got a double header, man. Your time for your first round, it starts now, man. Go ahead and cook.
All right, so make no mistake about this, Lamont. The only reason we've been having this debate is because Herm feels like he has the upper hand. He's trying to put me into a shell shock. He's trying to cut corners. He's trying to put me in a position where I'm fighting an uphill battle, but I'm built for this. I'm about to expose Herm for the fraud that he is. Let's get it popping. Just pay attention to the title of the debate. Kawhi Leonard versus Jimmy Butler since 2019. You know why Herm picked this title of this debate? Because he's trying to lower the bar for Jimmy Butler and trying to raise the bar for Kawhi Leonard. Because everybody on this panel understands that Kawhi Leonard is, and we always be better than Jimmy Butler with all due respect. Let me give Jimmy Butler his flowers. Jimmy Butler's a 3-time conference finals appearance since 2020. He's been to 3 conference finals, won 2 of them, but he's been to the NBA finals, has only went to 2 of them and only won 0 of them, and that's the problem. See, there's a third thing about Herm that's called the peak, that Jimmy Butler has reached his highest point. He just does not get the job done. Unlike Kawhi Leonard, who, when he gets to the finals, he actually gets the job done with a championship. Jimmy Butler is one of my favorite players. He's been to 10. He's been to multiple conference finals. Jimmy Butler's also one of the top 10 players in the NBA, top 5 in the playoffs, and has a top 2, top 3 resume. But when it comes to the peak, he's just not Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard in 2019, all you guys know that went to the NBA finals, beat Jimmy Butler in the Philadelphia 76ers. He beat Milwaukee Bucks and Giannis Antetokounmpo, who was the MVP and had the upper hand over the Toronto Raptors that year. And he was responsible for breaking up that dynasty with the Golden State Warriors by Kevin Durant going to the Brooklyn Nets. Kawhi Leonard followed that up in 2021 with a historic playoff performance until he got hurt in the second round, which he led the Los Angeles Clippers to their Western Conference Finals for the first time, beating teams like the Luka Doncic Dallas Mavericks, who were down 0-2, and they were able to, beat the number 1 seed, the Utah Jazz. If Kawhi Leonard was healthy in that conference finals against the Phoenix Suns, I believe they would have won and got to the finals and beat the Giannis Antetokounmpo Milwaukee Bucks, the same team he beat 2 seasons prior. This debate is obviously ridiculous. Kawhi Leonard, everybody understands, is a better player than Jimmy Butler. He talks about the last 4 seasons. Where was Jimmy Butler the previous 9 seasons? He was getting put out in the first round. Kawhi Leonard was winning championships and going to the conference finals. Appreciate it.
All right, that's your time, man. All right. Not locker room. Herm. Your time starts now. You got Jimmy Butler. Let's hear you cook.
Let's get it. When we look at the tail of the tape of Jimmy Butler and Kawhi Leonard, we're not talking about the past. We're not talking about the whole resume, but we talk about from 2019 till now. Jimmy Butler has been a more durable player and been a more versatile player and been a more dependable player since 2019. He's like BJ illustrated. 3 conference finals, 2 NBA finals appearances. But the most of all, Jimmy Butler's impact for the Miami Heat has been better than what Kawhi Leonard has with the Clippers. And even you include that 2019 run, which was cool, but mid to me, honestly. 2019 went into a team with the Toronto Raptors. The only team they was losing to the 2 prior seasons before Kawhi got there was LeBron James. That's the only team they kept losing to, once in the conference finals and once in the conference semifinals. They lost to a lower seed Cleveland Cavaliers team, 6 seed, but their kryptonite was LeBron James. So Kawhi Leonard benefited off the fact that he went to a Raptors team that was already built, that was already great. He just was an upgrade for DeRozan. And he came into a situation in which LeBron James left the East and went to the West, so that made it a little bit easier. And he played against teams that wasn't ready. Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid wasn't ready when they was in Philly. Jimmy Butler, and that wasn't even Jimmy Butler's team. He was traded in the mid-season to Philly, so they really didn't build the continuity in which they played the whole season together, which they probably would have been real versatile, more better, and that could have been Jimmy Butler's team, actually. But Jimmy Butler, when you look at it, when you look at these categories, Kawhi Leonard's a better scorer, better shooter, has better handles, and a better one-on-one game. But I look at everything else. Jimmy Butler's a better athlete than Kawhi Leonard at this point in his career, a better defender because he plays more and he does take the more difficult assignments. He's more clutch than Kawhi Leonard because last year, 287 points in the fourth quarter to Kawhi Leonard's 253, and they both averaged 5.2 points a game. But due to Jimmy Butler being available, he has more. He's a better leader, has a higher IQ. He has a higher impact than Kawhi Leonard when you look at those categories. So out of those 11 categories, Jimmy Butler 7-4. Easy work.
All right, time. We got the second round starting. It's back on Pull Up Podcast. Your time starts now, man. Let's hear it.
Like I said, all respect to Jimmy Butler. Let me focus on Kawhi Leonard, though. Kawhi Leonard, his 2019, let's focus on 2019 to 2024. Kawhi Leonard, let's look at every single playoff release he was actually available. We cannot evaluate a person who's not on the court. So 2019, 2021, 2023 are the 3 playoff situations he was available. In 2019, when he had that historic run, he averaged 30 points per game, 9 rebounds, 3.9 assists in 24 games in 2019 playoffs, and he actually won a championship. I can stop there, but I can continue going. That wasn't even the best Kawhi Leonard. The best Kawhi Leonard was in 2021, where he averaged 32 points, which actually was 2 points higher than the previous playoff round in 2019. He averaged 9 rebounds. He shot 57% from the field. Listen to me, 57% from the field in 2021. He shot 39% from the 3, 88% from the line, while guarding Luka Doncic in Game 6, locking him up in the second half, while guarding Donovan Mitchell in Game 4, which he actually, before he ended up hurting his ACL. Kawhi Leonard, just off of impact and what he was able to do at his peak, once again proves he's a better player than Jimmy Butler. We've seen Jimmy Butler at his peak. In 2020, he was averaging multiple, I believe, close to 30 points in the bubble, and he had a similar performance last year with the Miami Heat, but it ends at the finals. It ends when he has to face the Los Angeles Lakers. The same LeBron James and Kawhi Leonard already beat in the finals back in 2014. Jimmy Butler lost to in 2020. He lost to the Denver Nuggets, who actually wasn't even close. So even the people that say that he actually folded in the bubble, the Clippers, he actually got 3 games. Jimmy Butler got one game last year against the same Denver Nuggets team outside of Aaron Gordon, who the same Aaron Gordon who actually fears Kawhi Leonard way more than Jimmy Butler does. So just in that, just off his impact, just off his peak, even with Kawhi Leonard, you add up the injuries, he's already accomplished more with the championship. And when he's actually at his best on the court, he's a better player than Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's a better leader, but other than that, Kawhi Leonard's an overall better player. And if you ask Herm to be very, very honest about it, he will pick Kawhi over Jimmy Butler.
All right, man. Second round. We're getting to Herm. You heard it.
Hey,
Time starts now.
All he got is 2019, you guys, and he bring up the next year, 2020. I mean, bring up one of the years of 2021 season when Jimmy Butler got basically swept. But outside of that, when you look at impact, ever since Jimmy Butler joined the Heat and Kawhi Leonard been with the Clippers, the Heat are 44-87 with Jimmy Butler, and the Clippers are 140-51 with Kawhi Leonard. But due to the fact that that's 231 games to 161, so that lets you know Jimmy Butler has a higher impact because he's available all the time. The tail of the tape of Kawhi's career is woulda, coulda, shoulda. What if this? What if he didn't get hurt in 2021? This could have been this, it could have been that. Hey, injuries are the part of the game. He had an opportunity in 2020 in the bubble. They choked the game 7, had a horrific game 7 against the Denver Nuggets, which propelled the Nuggets to beat the Clippers. But when you look at win shares from just at the win shares, Jimmy Butler's at a 12.3 win shares. Kawhi Leonard has a 7.1 win shares. PER. Jimmy Butler's at a 27.6 to Kawhi Leonard's on PER at a 23.9. And then when you look at value over replacement, just off of 2020, 2021, you look at Jimmy Butler's 4.3, Kawhi Leonard 4.2, 2021, 26 PER for Kawhi Leonard and 26.5 PER for Jimmy Butler. So Jimmy Butler's showing that he has a higher impact. And plus, playing for a less talented team in the Miami Heat, in which they overachieved in most people's eyes to advance, to make it to those 3 Eastern Conference Finals and to those 2 NBA Finals. Nobody thought that he was one of the better teams in the Eastern Conference. The Clippers were favorites when Kawhi Leonard went to the Clippers. They say he was the king of LA, and they said they was going to bring home the bacon. At the end of the day, the Clippers have not done them due to him being injured and to them also failing in a couple of opportunities as well. And you can't count 2021, 2022 because Kawhi was hurt the whole season. So the edge Jimmy Butler.
All right, we're going into our final round. This is our rebuttal round. You can bring your points home or you can counter the other person's logic, man. Pull up podcast. It starts on you, man. Let's hear it.
Knows what he just said, Lamont. He said Kawhi had a bad game 7. He had one game. Jimmy Butler had a horrible series in the finals last year. He averaged 18 points per game, 7.6, or he's averaged 4.6 rebounds and 6.4 assists. That is not a superstar performance. Jimmy Butler was clamped up by Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon throughout the entire series. He's talking about just one game in the bubble, which was in dire circumstances in a situation. I'm not giving a pass, but again, if he wants to compare and contrast who had a worse performance, just go back and watch Jimmy Butler's bad performances in the playoffs. Yet again, before he entered the Miami Heat, where was he at in the NBA? No one was talking about Jimmy Butler. Once again, Herm is trying to lower the bar for Jimmy Butler and raise it for Kawhi Leonard. Other than that one game in the bubble, there was not another time where Kawhi Leonard came up short in the playoffs. If he is, go ahead and name it. Other than that, he also talked about the PER. He's not talking about also the fact that Kawhi Leonard, wherever he goes, whether it be the Spurs, whether it be the Raptors, whether it be the Clippers, is automatically a championship team. Jimmy Butler does not have that impact. Jimmy Butler's have been able to revolve around the Miami Heat team, was already a championship organization before Jimmy Butler got there with Dwayne Wade, LeBron James. Also, those other great players that came in before because he was actually in a situation where he could prevail. Kawhi Leonard came to a losing organization, the Los Angeles Clippers, who have never won everything, never had any good management, dealt with a racist owner, never was able to get past the second round. That's what Kawhi Leonard had to deal with. That's what he had to pull it. And to this day, they are still looked at as a contender when Kawhi Leonard is healthy. If Kawhi Leonard leaves that team, the Clippers are no longer where they're supposed to be at. That's the difference. That's the impact. That's all that matters when you try to rate Kawhi Leonard to Jimmy Butler, even from 2019 till now. Just off the championship, Kawhi Leonard in 2019, the historic run in 2021 he had was better than any playoff performance that Jimmy Butler had from 2020 to 2024. All he can keep talking about what he almost did, vice versa, what Jimmy Butler has actually done winning the championship.
All right, man. We heard it. That's his rebuttal round. Herm has the last say so. Herm, your time starts now, man.
So this is an example, you guys, of people living in the past and not living in the present. I respect Kawhi Leonard. We know when you look at the overall resume, we know what it is. But I'm talking about from 2019 till now, Jimmy Butler has had a better impact on his team of winning than Kawhi Leonard. If Lamar could have saved that clip, I really would. Anything that he said so far would have been disqualified due to the fact that he said that when he talks about Terrence Mann, he knows to talk about Terrence Mann's numbers that he brought up about Kawhi Leonard. All BJ talks about is the impact that Terrence Mann has on the team because he bring up 83 record. He bring up 18-5 ever since Terrence Mann start. But when we look at that, Jimmy Butler is a bona fide example of playing winning basketball because BJ endorsed this winning basketball is more important than stats. So with that being said, Jimmy Butler is just an example. He's the definition of playing winning basketball. He does everything that the teams need him to do to win. This man has carried G Leaguers for the Miami Heat to 3 conference finals and 2 NBA finals appearances. The Clippers have been known as favorites, saying that it's their town now. You guys were bragging about your NBA championship that you win in the regular season, about owning the Lakers in regular season games. But end of the day, you guys have dropped the ball. The Lakers gave you guys several opportunities to meet in the playoffs, but never met due to the fact that Kawhi Leonard is never available. He's not dependable. And end of the day, injuries are a part of the game. And with him missing games, we gotta be real about that. And end of the day, it affects everything. Jimmy Butler has been there. He's more dependable. At the end of the day, I'd rather have a guy that is there each and every game than a guy that load manages, a guy that missed games, and a guy that's never available to hold my team back. And basically, Kawhi Leonard has held the Clippers back, and that's why they're going to go through what they go through in the future because it's a year too late now. They will not win. At the end of the day, BJ, stop living in the past, bro, and just acknowledge a guy that you respect has been better than a guy that you praise and get on your knees for.
Time right there. All right, let's bring everybody up. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start the chat in the poll. We're going to start with TruDaKing. TruDaKing, who you got winning that one and why? TruDaKing, you with us? You on mute? All right, man. We just gonna go to Sturdy. Sturdy, you with us?
Yeah. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah. Who you got winning that one and why?
It's a close one to me, but I got to pull up 2-1. It really come down to preference at this point. I thought it was essentially like availability versus quality of player, and the reason why I gave it a pull up is because I thought Herm didn't do enough I don't think Herm did enough of giving up moments and describing Jimmy's impact on the Heat. You described the result of them contending with second round picks and no draft players and all that stuff, but you didn't give I didn't think you gave enough moments or examples of what made Jimmy a better leader on the Heat, what made Jimmy a more reliable player besides him being more available. And BJ, I think BJ articulated the job. I think he didn't run away from the fact that Kawhi was injury prone. He simply said even when Kawhi is healthy on the short term, he's already accomplished something and show higher peaks than Jimmy. So under those circumstances, that's why I gave the BJ 2-1. But very close though.
Yeah. All right. So we got one vote for the pull up. Let me get this clock off the screen. Matter of fact. All right. Let's go to. Hopefully we got when TruDaKing comes back. Let us know. But we're gonna go to Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Who you got winning that one and why?
Man, can y'all hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Man, and that right there, man. See, in the debate field, man, when the debate was who is the most decorated from 2019 on, right? And I just think, hey, I got to give it up to BJ. BJ, it seems like he knows his stuff. He knows his stats, knows his facts. But in this situation, man, I got to go with Herm. And the reason why I got to go with Herm, because Herm drove home some points about the availability of Kawhi Leonard, his availability from 2019 on. And then he also, from the last person that, just spoke, Herm did drive down the fact of the impact of Jimmy Butler. He has taken his team to 3 conference finals and also 2 finals appearances, right? And availability means a lot in these debates because you're only talking from 2019 on. So I think Herm drove that down. No slight to BJ, but I just think that Herm, He stayed on his points and he stayed with it by using that word availability. You know what I'm saying? So when BJ spoke in the first round, I gave BJ that first round and I gave Herm the last 2 rounds because his rebuttal round, I just think Herm drove home his points. So I'm giving it to Herm 2-1.
All right, so we got another vote for Herm. Let's go to Avion. Who you got winning that one and why?
Man, salute, man. Hey, I don't know what Sturdy listened to or how the hell he got 2-1, bro. But this man, this thing was a clean sweep. Listen, first round. Listen, pull up podcast, bro. You spent like 30 or 40 seconds talking about how you love Jimmy Butler, bro. It's a debate, my guy. You know, use that time to talk about Kawhi, his impact or do something, man. Not waste 30 or 40 seconds talking about how you love Jimmy Butler and start praising him. Like, come on, what kind of shit is that? I think Herm did a good job of staying on point. Not only everybody keep on bringing up people of availability, but he did. He also talked about his impact on the team, and and what he done for the Heat, and what pull up said in the third round. I think it was the third round that's really bothered me. He said when Kawhi was off the team, the Clippers wasn't like a contender. Like, then the Clippers go deep in the playoffs one year with just PG. I mean, they actually did better with just PG as the first option. Went further in the playoffs without Kawhi. I think in all pull-up podcasts, I think he didn't have his facts together. I think he was inconsistent. I think his research was off. I thought his whole debate was piss poor, and Herm just steamrolled all over him, man. And in my point of view, bro, I think pull-up was embarrassing. So I got Herm 3-0.
Can I respond to that? FYF?
No, you gotta wait. You gotta wait.
Yeah, we can't politic into the votes over, but I know you're gonna want to respond to that. That he had some harsh criticism right there. I don't know if I would have went that harsh. That was some harsh criticism. Let's go to P5. Who you got winning that one and why?
I was gone for half of the debate. I can't vote on this.
All right, no hope from P5. Let's go to Nehari, the Bulls fan. Who you got winning and why?
Herm won this. The first round, it was weird because he was like praising Jimmy Butler, and he spent like a minute praising Jimmy Butler. That was kind of weird. But I feel like Herm counted his points beautifully. He counted up the fact better. He brought up the points that he's more available. He brought up his PER and win shares. He just had the better points. He brought up the fact that they made multiple conference finals, 2 finals appearances with Jimmy Butler on the floor, and how Jimmy Butler was more impactful than Kawhi Leonard. And I just thought Herm won this pretty easily, 3-0.
All right, so that's another vote for Herm. Let's go ahead and go to the locker room. Who you got winning that debate and why?
I got Herm winning, man. The first round, I thought the whole purpose of the debate was to talk about 2019 and on. It seemed like BJ kept bringing up the 2019 season when Kawhi Leonard obviously won the title the first round. He even brought up stuff that happened prior to 2019. Even just choosing this topic, you're fighting an uphill debate. You're fighting an uphill battle, excuse me, because anybody that watches the game, it's obvious, who's done more since 2019, right? So, yeah, man, I got Herm, man. I got Herm winning the debate.
All right, so that basically makes it Herm winning the panel. There's just too many votes for a pull-up to catch up. So let me go ahead and end the poll. Let's see what we got. And when we end the poll, we got Herm winning 63% to the pull-ups 36%. And so that means Herm wins this one. Herm wins it 2-0. And again, just a tough one for pull-up. And I'm gonna let pull-up get his say-so on this. If I had to say something about this one as well, it's just, man, when you were right. When you talked about Herm boxing you in on this debate, he definitely boxed you in. When you did that 2019 on up thing, it just definitely boxed you into some years that is just going to be hard for you to compete fairly with Jimmy Butler. And so you would have had to come with some crazy angle because Jimmy Butler's done so much since 2019 as far as impact and winning. It's going to be hard to convince people that Kawhi's still the better player since 2019. But I mean, you made a valiant effort. It was a hell of a debate to even take. And you know, you would have had to come with some crazy new information. And that's what I say, when you take these tough debates, finding new information to introduce in that we haven't heard before is very, very key to winning. And just like the last debate, you need that signature point to remind the people of what you're talking about and why you feel you're right. And I just think you didn't have it. So, you know, like I said, when Herm locks in, when Herm goofs off and is doing silly stuff, he will lose. But when
Lamont,
Herm
stop giving Herm too much credit, man. Stop giving Herm too much credit.
I've been saying this for weeks. I said when Herm
that was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke.
No, but it's true.
Herm a good debater, man.
When Herm out playing games and he ain't trolling, he gonna give people problems. Like, you know, I know Low and some people in the chat saying it's easy work, but I'm just telling you, man. Some guys, but pull up, like, this is his first debate.
Yeah.
And
can I say something real quick? Can I ask a question real quick?
Hold on. Let me go to pull up. I gotta get pull up thoughts on this. Because he did, like I said, he just came off a doubleheader.
Put that music on his ass. That music on his ass, Lamont. Don't spare him.
Let me go to the home. Hold on.
Don't
shut your ass up, nigga. Hold on. Let me go to the homie that was just. Can I go?
Go pull up. Go ahead.
Put him on that big screen.
The homie that was saying that they won without Kawhi Leonard, bro. They played 2 games without Kawhi Leonard, and had he played in the conference finals, they would have won. So they didn't go to anything without him. They needed him on the court. The team goes as Kawhi Leonard goes. That was the point I was making when I said that they have not been a contender. That when Kawhi Leonard leaves the team, and pretty much everybody can agree in this chat, they're no longer going to be at that same level, even with Paul George there. That's the point I was making. And I thought that it was about winning over just getting there. That was the whole emphasis when I compared Jimmy Butler, what he has done in his 4 seasons, as getting there to the finals, but never, ever winning it. And that's what I thought that was what it was about, actually winning the championship. That's the whole point.
I thought it was about since 2019. Why you keep talking about a championship, bro?
Well, that's 2019. That's 2019.
Hold on,
that was 2 rounds. I focused on 29. Hold on,
he focused on 2019 for 2 rounds though. That's
locker room. I focused on 20. I focused on 20. No. I focused on 2019 because that's where it started, and I focused on 2021 as well. When I named the rounds, each round I posted his stats, so I don't know who didn't hear. I guess 30 was the only one that heard that, but I focused on 2021. I named the stats in that whole.
Maybe that's where I'm confused because I thought y'all were doing since 2019.
Nah, in 2019, BJ, you started off on that first round. You honed your points down in the first round. You focused on that. But I think in the second and third round, when Herm started, rebuttaling your responses in the second and third round, I think that's where Herm, he just whitewashed it because he stayed with his points, man. And the thing about it is the uphill battle, like Lamont said, you going from 2019 on, that's a hard case to make for Kawhi Leonard versus Jimmy Butler. And Herm did, Herm stayed focused on that, and he brought it home by talking about the availability. Kawhi is not available, so how can you make a case for Kawhi from 2019?
How can I win the debate? Yeah, I know. How can I win the debate? Yeah,
BJ,
I get that.
BJ,
I get that.
I think in a debate like this, BJ, like you would. First of all, for your first debates up here, ain't no nervous.
You did good,
ain't no nervous. You did a great job. You did a great job structuring your arguments and articulating your points. That's fantastic. But in this type of debate, after that first round, like the brother just said, I thought it's a big opportunity you missed. Despite Jimmy Butler being available, I thought you could have harped more on the fact that he was inconsistent himself. Despite being more available for his team.
Yep.
I thought you should have emphasized the fact that even though the Miami Heat went to the finals in 2020, he was not the lead scorer. He was not the most impactful defender. So, like, you could have brought up some of those things to fight that he's being more available. And you did a good job. Somebody got background.
Yeah, somebody got background.
Like,
Hey,
you
but
did a good
Stud, I
job.
had a very crucial part of my debate missing because Amon didn't have time to clip what I sent him because that would have killed everything that he was saying
No,
in the
we
debate.
didn't need to hear it. We
Oh
didn't
yeah,
need to hear that, Herm.
and that's nothing. Herm. Like, honestly, like, if it's not said in this debate, I don't care. Like, I don't care what a person says outside this debate. If you respond to something outside this debate, I don't care. Like, I don't. That goes in and out the out for others. I don't care what the
Exactly.
person says.
And
It's about
another
what he
thing,
says in this debate.
BJ, I'm gonna go back to the first debate that you had with the locker room, right? The first round, or you was on it, regardless of what you was reading from, you was on it. That second round, it was real close. That could have went either way. But that third round, what the locker room did to you, he stayed focused on the debate topic on who has the most decorated career. And he started honing down on why Shaq has the most decorated career over Kobe. And you missed the opportunity when you said in the first round about the defensive accolades that Kobe Bryant had. You should have went in the second round more focused on that to rebuke what the locker room was saying. So that's why I think everybody in the chat, gave it to locker room, because locker room focused on that third round. He focused on why Shaq's career was better than Kobe. But no slight to you, BJ. Like you said, this is your first debate. You did great. There's nothing to hang your head about, but it's just like in a debate, some stuff don't mount to a hill of beans. You got to stay focused on that topic.
Look, we gotta get to the next debate. We got Sturdy and P5 up here. They actually gonna be talking about something that's very relevant, a game that we about to watch unfold in front of our eyes. And so they're gonna be debating the in-season tournament. And so we gotta get to those two guys because we gotta keep it moving. Again, salute to Pull Up Podcast. He just hopped out, man. Salute to him. And Jalen, I know a space just opened up for you. So Jalen, if you can get in here, we need you on the panel because you got TruDaKing. So I'm dropping the link. Hold on, MacDef. The link is going to be for Jalen because we need him up on the panel because they're going to be debating right after this one right here. Because we got TruDaKing and Jalen. So we're trying, like I said, we're trying to knock out as many as possible. I think we have a few people missing, so we might not get to all of them, but I want to get a majority of these done for the day. So we got P5 and A Sturdy. I'm going to drop everybody down so you guys can let the people know what you're going to be debating. So let me drop them down. Okay, we got Jalen in the backstage, and then okay, cool, perfect. So Jalen, stick around right there. So we got Sturdy, we got P5. Sturdy, just let the people know exactly what y'all debating and what your position is on the debate.
So ladies and gentlemen, we're doing the first ever ChatGPT prop topic debate, which is the higher seed or most favorite team to win. In this specific case, is the Lakers versus a lower seed or underdog team to win, which P5 is going to represent the Pacers.
All right, so P5 with the Pacers, he's going to tell us why the Pacers are going to win. Sturdy with the Lakers, he's going to tell us why the Lakers are going to win, and we're going to see who gives the best arguments. Sturdy is the number one ranked debater, so obviously P5, he's climbing the charts, but he's still not ahead of Sturdy, so that means P5, you're going to be going first in all of these rounds. So let me share the screen, get the clock up there. So we're going to get right to it. P5, you got the Indiana Pacers. Your time starts now, man. Go ahead and cook.
All right, first let's talk about the Indiana Pacers. As a quick little overview of the Pacers. They're the best offense in the league. They play at some of the highest pace in the NBA. They're also top 10 in the league in three-point shooting, and I believe they're also top 10 in the league in three-point attempts as well. So the Pacers shoot the ball at a high level. Shoot the ball at a high level. They take a high volume and they run at an insanely fast pace. This is a offense that really we haven't seen an offense play this fast since we saw the Steve Nash Suns, which is obviously one of the greatest offenses of all time. And then we talk about some of the players they have on the team. Of course, Tyrese Halliburton's been incredible this year. Miles Turner's had a big year. They've got wings on the team who can shoot. Bruce Brown, Aaron Nesmith. I think they're down a guy. I think they're down a guy like Andrew Nembhard tonight, so that could be a little bit of a loss for them. But I don't think it's going to be that. I don't think it's going to be that disturbing for them. And then we talk about the Lakers. The Lakers this year have been really struggling offensively. Anthony Davis has regressed a ton offensively, and even with how great LeBron James has, we've seen some inconsistencies from Austin Reeves, Rui Hachimura. When you have a guy like Jared Vanderbilt out there on offense, it's going to limit what you can do there on that side of the floor as well. And also, that team is bottom in the league, or towards the bottom of the league, in 3-point attempts and percentage, which means they don't even take a high volume of threes, but they also don't shoot the three ball that well. On that team, I don't think they're super athletic either on the wing. Of course, you have Vanderbilt, but when you have guys like Hachimura out there, right, and you have guys like Austin Reeves, I don't think that the Lakers will be able to keep up with the pace of the Indiana Pacers. And even with how great that Laker defense is, the Indiana Pacers have been cooking top 10 defenses this year. We're talking about the Cleveland Cavaliers. They just got done having a great day against the Boston Celtics as well. I don't think the Lakers will be able to keep up with the Indiana Pacers, and I think that their offensive struggles are going to be what does the Lakers in this game tonight.
All right, that's time, man. Let's go to Sturdy. Sturdy, your first round. Your time starts now, man. Let's hear it.
Well, simply put, the Lakers are going to win tonight simply because of two reasons. One, experience and dominance within the Eastern tournament. People forget that the Lakers was in Group West, which was before the NCAA tournament started, was one of the most difficult power rank groups according to NBA and ESPN and Vegas.com. That group proceeded of having the Lakers, the Kings, the Pelicans, and the Suns, and they're one of the few teams in the entire tournament to be undefeated, 4-0. Now, on top of that, they have the highest net rating in all NCAA tournament games, as well as the highest defensive rating. The reason why the Lakers going to win is because of their defense. This team is not only a top 10 defense of the league, but also the last 10 games, one of the top 5 defenses in the entire tournament, like I said before. When defense is the most consistent thing that travels, that's why we saw them do well against the Suns, shut down one of the least scorers in this tournament with Jay Tatum averaging 35 plus points for this entire tournament, rejected him to less than 20 points for the entire game due to some of the athletic wings like Cam Reddish and Vanderbilt, who had a tough time slowing him down. In addition to that, when you look at the last game the Lakers and the Pacers played, believe it or not, LeBron and AD played extremely well. LeBron gave you 26-77 on good efficiency, while AD dominated that game on 31-14 too. The Pacers' lack of defense, lack of size is going to be their downfall against the experienced Lakers team. To cap it all off, as I mentioned before, not only they are one of the best defensive teams, actually, this is a neutral ground, P5. This is in Vegas. This team has the same core of guys that won in a neutral ground, similar to the bubble, and that's why they dominated the Pelicans last game. And matter of fact, last game, they actually shot extremely well from three-point line. I believe they shot nearly 44% from three that game. So when you say they shot bad for the year, we're not talking about a normal substance. This is an in-season tournament, neutral ground in Vegas, and I'm going to take the most experienced team. I'm going to take the more defensive team because defense is the most consistent thing in basketball.
All right, that's time. We're going into our second round. It's got back to P5. Let's hear about the Pacers, man. Go ahead and cook.
Okay, you want to talk about the bubble and how the Lakers were able to win in the bubble. What you're forgetting is that in that bubble, we saw Anthony Davis play at a version of himself that we have not seen since, and we have not seen him come close to that version of himself since offensively. And you talk about how great they can be defensively. I think that I don't think that that's just looking at numbers. I think that even though they are a great defense, looking at how the Pacers have played offense this year, it's like even after if the Lakers can score a bucket, the Pacers do a really good job getting out in transition very quickly, even out of the inbound. They're a team that doesn't really let you get set up defensively in the half court. And they're a team that puts up shots fast. They're really good at getting open threes. They have guys like Buddy Hield, who's a tremendous three-point shooter. Like I said, Aaron Nesmith, Bruce Brown, Tyrese Halliburton, even Miles Turner. Tyrese Halliburton's great in the pick and roll and the pick and pop with Miles Turner. We saw them abuse the Boston Celtics with that the other night. Another top 10 defense in the league. We're talking about, and then you want to talk about this in-season tournament dominance. The Indiana Pacers have also been a dominant in-season tournament team. They have been cooking teams left and right. We're talking about putting up 150 plus over the Hawks, 130 plus over the Pistons. They've been great all year long in the in-season. And I know we're talking about, they're in a neutral site and stuff like that. I think that, and you talk about the one game they had against the New Orleans Pelicans, that's an outlier game. If you look at what they've been doing this year, they've been really up and down offensively all season long, especially from a shooting department. My whole basis on this argument is the Pacers have been cooking top defensive teams in the league all year when they've played them. And even though the Lakers are great and they have court setting, their transition defense isn't all that great. AD does not play a big factor in transition at all. And I feel like that especially with the Lakers' lack of a point of attack defender, I think that's going to cause them to struggle even more against a team that is so perimeter oriented in the Indiana Pacers tonight.
All right, that's time. All right, it's back to Sturdy for your second round. Your time starts now, man.
Like I said, we cannot forget the biggest factor, which is the neutral site, which did affect the Indiana Pacers, where they did face a Milwaukee Bucks team who's not even as good as the defensive team as the Lakers. That's why last game they shot nearly 22% from three. It's a different lights, different location. It takes time to get adjust. But once again, that's why experience matters. That's why the Lakers are getting healthy at the right time. The Lakers are shooting right at the right time. And let's be honest, I'm trusting LeBron James in these situations. As you saw last game against the Pelicans on a neutral site, he's the fastest player to 35-5 in Lakers history. At the oldest guy in the league, not only one of the most efficient guys in the league, is also one of the most clutchest guys in the league, being top 5 in production and clutch stats as well. Not only that, LeBron James himself is shooting 58% from the field and 65% from three in this tournament. You're telling me a LeBron? I'm facing a team like LeBron, who's averaging nearly 27 points, 7.5 rebounds, 8.5 assists in this tournament, shooting over 50% from three is not a problem. And now the Lakers team's getting more healthy. That is a horrible problem that the Pacers have to face, because they do not have the personnel to slow down LeBron James or Anthony Davis. And when you talk about Anthony Davis' regression, what hasn't regressed is his defensive impact. That's why he's one of the league leaders in blocks for this tournament by averaging 2.7. That's why he's one of the best rebounders in this tournament by averaging 3.7. And like I mentioned before, the reason why I mentioned that group earlier, P5, because the teams like the Kings, the Pelicans, the Suns, they're one of the upper echelons of teams in pace. And you saw what the Lakers did to those teams, defeating those teams, controlling the pace, getting back to defense, and most importantly, use some of the athletic wings to help funnel those guys towards the great interior defense of Lakers, led by AD. The Lakers are the more experienced team, defense is more consistent, and they're not only getting more healthy at the right time, they're shooting at the right time. I trust them more.
All right, that's going into the final round, the rebuttal round, man. P5.
The health thing, yes, it's important that the team is getting healthy. But if you actually look on the Lakers injury report, it says that AD is dealing with some groin stuff, and LeBron has some good stuff going on with his calf. So it's calling the question if they're even 100%, even though they will play. Secondly, also, you're talking about the experience. You're talking about the experience that the Lakers have. Yes, they have experience. However, that can be super value in a 7-game series. Like, for example, do I think that the Indiana Pacers in a 7-game series would be able to match up with the Los Angeles Lakers? That is questionable. However, in a 1-game setting where, yes, it's on a neutral site, but in a 1-game setting where the Indiana Pacers have been, again, cooking teams all year offensively. And like I said, they've been cooking teams that are top 10 defensively, who are better than the Lakers, especially out on the perimeter. We just saw what they did to the Boston Celtics a few nights ago, which is a big indicator of how good Indiana is offensively. Secondly, we're talking about I'll circle back to this again. The Los Angeles Lakers have been struggling offensively. Now, as of late, they've been just fine. However, if we look at what they've been doing over the course of the season, they're not nearly as good as the Indiana Pacers are offensively. They've had spacing issues all season, and from a point of attack, standpoint, they've been struggling in that department all year as well. I do not think that the Lakers match up with the Indiana Pacers at all. I do not think they can keep up with the Indiana Pacers, even with how great they are defensively. That's mostly in the half court. The Pacers will kill them in transition. They will kill them on the perimeter. They've been shooting the ball well all year. They've been shooting the ball well as of late as well. So the Pacers have also been shooting the ball super well as of late. And I just think that you're trying to rely on guys that haven't been great this year. And even though LeBron's great, even with how great AD is defensively, I don't think that the Lakers have the offensive firepower to keep up with the Indiana Pacers, and I don't think that they'll be able to maintain to contain the Indiana Pacers offense, which has been or is certainly on pace to be one of the best of all time, and is the best in the NBA today.
All right, that's time. The final rebuttal round is on Sturdy. You heard what he had to say, but you got the last say, so your time starts now, man. Go ahead and cook.
not only the Lakers are getting healthy at the right time, but once again, P5, I reiterate to, they're shooting right at the right time. You lie and say they're not. Their offense has been well. Matter of fact, two things that just bumped that point. Number one, last 5 games, the Lakers have shot better from 3 than the Pacers, shooting 35.8% from 3 versus the Pacers 33.7%. So you're wrong there. And like I said before, in a neutral site, in that one sample size, which is going to be the same neutral site they're going to have tonight, the Pacers are already shown to shoot 21.8% from 3, which is nearly 22% from 3, while the Lakers are already showing 48.6% from 3. You know why that is, P5? That's because of confidence. When you have a guy established as LeBron James publicly saying how much he cares about the NCAA tournament, publicly saying how much he wants to get the bonus money for guys on minimum contracts like a Cam Reddish, like a Gabe Vincent, and like like other players on the court, they're going to give more effort, as you saw in the last previous game. The Lakers are focused and their most experienced game. I don't know about you, P5, and these winner takes all series, type of situations. You're going to go with the more experienced team. You're going to go with the most consistent team. You're going to go with the hottest team. Like I said before, the Lakers are the hottest team, and not only they have the shooting well in the last 5 games and in this setting, but also they actually have one of the most efficient offensive lineups in the NBA, with the lineup of Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Cam Reddish, and Austin Reeves, and Diaz. They have one of the highest offensive ratings in the league with that lineup. They're not only clicking offensively at the right time, but they've always been clicking defensively and getting healthy at the right time. It's simple. I'm going with the team that's led by LeBron, that's shooting over 50% from 3, shooting one of the most best seasons that he had in his career. And even though AD has regressed offensively just a little bit, he's still maintaining elite level defense and still averaging in this tournament 20, 14, and literally 3 blocks.
All right, that's time, man. All right, let's get this off the screen. Let's go ahead and bring everybody back up. We got everybody in
that
here.
That was a great debate. That was by far the best debate.
Remember, we got Jalen Carter and TruDaKing next. But we're gonna start it off with the vote. We're gonna start it off with Pete. Let's start off with I'll actually start off with TruDaKing. TruDaKing, who you got winning and why? TruDaKing. TruDaKing not in the building. It don't look like. Let's go to Herm. Yeah, he's still not here. Herm, who you got winning and why?
I got started with a P5 started off strong, but started turned it on some and started at better points, man. So I'm gonna roll with 32-1. That's what I got.
All right, let's go to Nehari. Who you got winning and why?
So the first round I have P5 winning. The second round I have a sturdy winning. First one I thought P5 clearly won that first round. Broke down how historic that offense was for the Pacers and how they pushed the break and how great they've been offensively throughout this whole entire tournament. Second round, I thought Eddie Sturdy won. He made some great points in that second round. It's coming down to this third round, and I just flat out thought Eddie Sturdy won the third round. So I'm gonna give it 2-1 Eddie Sturdy.
All right, so we got another round for Eddie Sturdy. Let me get TruDaKing back in here. There he is. True, you with us?
Yeah.
All right. Did you hear that debate?
No, I ain't listening to the whole debate.
All right, hold on. Let's just bypass you. Let's go ahead and go to P5. Who you got winning and why? Oh, no, P5 was in the debate. My bad. No, I'm just reading names. Avion is up next. Avion, who you got winning and why?
This was probably the best debate of the night. I got Sturdy winning 2-1. I think P5 won the first round, and I think H30, he came with the rebuttals, but also again with the context, and he stayed. He brought us some great points, man, and so I'm not going to take long. So I got 32-1.
All right, we got Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Who you got winning and why? All right, Simply Ball Dropping ain't with us, man. Look, if y'all ain't able to vote on the panel, I might have to drop you guys, man. So, MacDef, that spot opened up for you. I'll drop the link again for you. Let me go to Jalen Carter. Who you got winning and why?
Yeah, first round, I'm definitely going with P5 gets the first round. Start off incredibly strong. Brought the facts. Talked about the Pacers. Their how much they were kind of better 3-point shooting. Brought up the fast pace. Thought they were all really good points for him. And the Sturdy, I think, did start off a little shaky. His P5 started strong. But the Sturdy showed why he's a vet, why he's one of the best in the game. Round 2 came out with it strong, brought the facts, brought the points, brought the comebacks to P5, understood why LeBron James was a difference maker, why he would be a difference maker in this situation. And in round 3, I think P5 stumbled. After that, when he was in that point of attack, he kept saying, and after that second half in that third round, I saw it in your face, P5. He was rambling, trying to fill in time. I noticed that. He knew he lost. And Sturdy, he saw the opening. He went for it, rounded out all of his arguments, brought the points, and he took it home. It was 2-1 Sturdy. I just want to say, in terms of the whole debate, I don't think it was necessarily a good debate, just because I think the topic was very limited. So it's really hard to fill 3 2-minute rounds.
Actually, Jalen.
Hold on. It was a lot. Of reiterating I thought was going on.
And it's not politics. But like Jalen, when you asked Lamont, when he did the chat GPT chose the topic, and at the time we didn't. We was not even in the quarterfinals.
Oh, okay.
So there was more teams still available in the thing.
Yeah. So if it's just the 2 teams, it's harder. Like I saw you guys reiterating a lot because it's hard to fill 3 2-minute rounds with just talking about these 2 teams. But yeah, 32-1.
All right. Let me hear from actually that's 4 votes for Sturdy. So Sturdy has already won because he has 4 votes. There's not enough votes left for P5 to catch up. So let me go to the poll. Let's end it. And when I end the poll, we have Sturdy winning in the poll 65% to 34%. So Sturdy wins this one. We don't need to go to the special guest judge. So Sturdy wins this one. He stays at he stays undefeated in the last couple of bouts, man. And so as we'll see how the rankings start to shape up.
That was the best debate.
Can I get a word in real quick though?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead, P5.
First off, Sturdy, GG's. I was asking for this debate for a long time. You won. No problem there. I think the judges were fair. I think the chat was fair. I just want to say, though, I do want to actually debate Sturdy and something and debate something that I actually believe in next time. I want to debate Sturdy and something that I actually believe in. That's all I got to say. GG's, though, Sturdy. GG's.
P5, I thought you did a good job. I thought you could have emphasized more on AD's inconsistency, and I thought you could have emphasized on the wild card factor of the Pacers, which is Miles Turner. Miles Turner not getting enough credit for his play during this, not only this NCAA tournament, but during this season. And so, I thought you should have mentioned more of what they did and how they adapted to the Bucks defense in that last game, despite shooting bad from 3. And so, yeah. But besides that, you did great. And real talk. I like that debate. I like that ChatGPT thing, Lamont. Like the entire time I had no choice but to do extra research for the NCAA tournament, and then it is what it is.
I hate it because I had to debate something that I don't believe in, but it is what it is.
Hey, look, man, it was a tough topic. We all know that. And like I said, like we've seen, ChatGPT will not punish you for taking on tough topics. It actually rewards you, even if you lose. So again, it is what it is. It was a tough topic, but we got to move on. We're getting into our last debates of the day. ReBranden, it's Jalen and TruDaKing. TruDaKing is here.
I don't got. Hey, I want to call out TruDaKing. I want to call you out the next show Lamont do. Let's do the greatest franchise ever, man. I roll it with the Lakers. You roll with yourself.
It's gonna be next Saturday.
Oh, you did, sir? You did, sir?
Yeah.
Come on, I ain't got no debates tonight. What I had 30 and P5.
Hold on. Let me check that because I'm just checking that thing. Let's see.
Hold
on. I got Sturdy and MacDef debate today. You guys have a really good one
as well.
No, I don't have one for you and P5.
You got me and SB.
Lamont, I'm gonna debate against something I don't believe in.
So Lamont, next week I got
to do with that debate.
So Lamont, next week I got Ox and do I got Ox?
You did the best you could do with that debate.
Yeah. Hold on. We'll get to that one later. Hold on.
Right.
Because right now I just gotta figure out what we have. I did see SB Talk Sports on the card, but I haven't seen SB here today.
Yeah, I haven't seen him either.
So if I haven't,
to do one last week, that's what happened.
Hey, Sturdy, I'm not gonna
SB
lie.
did debate last week.
Hey, Sturdy. Because the
You
crazy
debated
thing was,
option on Jalen.
I had an
That wasn't
idea
last week. That
of
was the
what
week before.
you were going to come at me with, and I thought that might get me the defense thing and how, I thought you were going to emphasize how bad the Pacers were defensively as well. But I knew that the Lakers defense was going to, get me in this debate. But
This game's gonna come on, boy.
I thought I had a debate
It's gonna be a
versus
good game.
P5 versus the small ball
Hey,
in the mod.
hold on, y'all.
my bad. Give me
Let
another
me.
week
I
on
got to
that.
get to the next
Give me
couple of
another week on
debates,
that.
y'all. We got 2 more debates, and I want to try to get them done before the game starts. So let me get to. I'm gonna drop everybody down. We got TruDaKing and Jalen. Let me drop y'all. All right, TruDaKing and Jalen, you guys are up. They are going to be debating. Let me see. You guys just go ahead and remind the people what y'all topic is.
It's Shaquille O'Neal versus Moses Malone. TruDaKing wanted Moses Malone. I got Shaquille O'Neal. Better career, better player. The whole
TruDaKing versus Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
And TruDaKing has Moses Malone and Jalen has Shaq. All right, so another interesting topic, but let's just go ahead and let people know what you got. So Jalen has Shaq, TruDaKing has Moses Malone. TruDaKing is the higher ranked debater right now, so that means Jalen, you'll be going first in each of the rounds.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get the timer on the screen. There we go. All right. Interesting topic. Player versus player debate. Jalen, your time starts now, man. Go ahead and cook.
So Shaquille O'Neal versus Moses Malone, frankly, is not in the debate. Shaquille O'Neal is a 14-time All-NBA player, which is tied for 5th all-time with Carmelo for most All-NBAs. 8-time first-team All-NBA, while Moses Malone has 4 All-NBA first teams. Shaquille O'Neal in his 10-year peak from 93 to 94 to 02-03 was 28.1 points per game, 11.9 rebounds, and 3 assists. Moses Malone was 25 points, 13.8 rebounds, and 1.6 assists. Shaquille O'Neal was a better scorer, a better playmaker, a better passer. The only thing Moses Malone has an edge on is rebounding, as he is known as the king of rebounding. The problem is that once you adjust for the possessions per game, so if you look at an example in 01-02, when Shaquille O'Neal had an incredible peak year, there was 91.33 possessions per game. And in Moses Malone, when he had one of his peak years in 81-82, there was 101.55 possessions per game. So if you equate the possessions, even the rebounding edge that Moses Malone has will get mitigated. Shaq, when he came into the league, he took a franchise in the Orlando Magic and made them a winner. Took them to the finals. He did lose, but he made them a competitor. Then he joined the Lakers after that, a team that was looking for a superstar, that was looking for a leader to take them back to being championship relevant after the Magic Johnson years. He bought the Lakers. He got them 3 titles, which we'll be talking about next round. He made them the marquee franchise in the league once again. Then he takes his talents to Miami, a Miami team that didn't have a lot of success recently, not a lot of championships. He took them, took a young D Wade, took that team, took them to the playoffs and played number 2 to D Wade, understanding his role, and won another championship. Shaquille O'Neal has a decade plus worth of all NBA caliber play. He's a guy, as soon as he came into this league from his rookie season, was giving you 22.3 points, 23 points a game, giving you over 10 rebounds, doing his thing. While Moses Malone in his rookie season, he didn't average more than 20 points in his game until his 6th season playing basketball. A couple years first were in the NBA, but it took him 6 seasons combined for the ABA and NBA to average over 20 points per game. So Shaquille O'Neal, from the start to the finish, was one of the most dominant players in the league.
All right, that's time. We're gonna go ahead and get to TruDaKing. He has Moses Malone. TruDaKing, your time starts now, man. Go ahead and cook.
Yeah, like we talking about Moses Malone and Shaquille O'Neal, man. Moses Malone is a better player. And let me give y'all a history lesson and a reminder, or if people don't know Moses Malone's career. Moses Malone, NBA champion, NBA Finals MVP, three-time most valuable player, which is more than Shaquille O'Neal. 12-time NBA All-Star, 1-time ABA All-Star, 4-time NBA first team, 4-time NBA second team, 1-time NBA defensive first team, 1-time all defensive second team, 6-time rebounding champion, regardless to arguably the best greatest rebounder in the modern era. 2-time anniversary team, the 50th and 75th. So when it comes to Moses Malone, he was a hell of a player, an all-time great player, underrated and very underappreciated. In my opinion, I got him over Shaq. So when it comes to Moses Malone, when his impact of the game, coming out of high school, he was so great, impactfully, paved the way over KGs, the Kobe Bryants and LeBron James to teams to give these guys a chance to come out of high school. That's how great Moses Malone was because of his success coming out of high school as a teenager. By the way, when you mentioning of Shaquille O'Neal is Shaquille with the winning argument, right? When it comes to more championships, cool, he may has that, but let's not forget, Moses Malone was not being put in the greatest situations of a Shaquille O'Neal. Taking that Houston Rockets team where his second best player was only Calvin Murphy to the NBA Finals, taking a great Boston Celtics team to 6 games. So to sit for to downplay Moses Malone is just very, very disrespectful. Shaq was great, but let's not forget Moses Malone did with less, and I'll explain more in that time.
All right, we back to Jalen. Your second round starts now, man. Let's go.
Now let's talk about the real separator here, which really excels Shaquille O'Neal way past Moses Malone, and that is an all-time great finals record. We're talking in that 3-year championship window, that 3-year championship run when he won 3 straight finals MVPs, 2000 average, 38 points, 16.7 rebounds, 2.3 assists, shot over 60% from the field. 01, 33 points, 15.8 rebounds, 4.8 assists. 02, 36 points, 0.3, 12.3 rebounds, 3.8 assists. In the finals, Shaq had probably the most dominant 3-year finals run in the history of the NBA. More so than Michael Jordan, more so than LeBron James. This man was unstoppable. He was carrying this team. Even when Kobe Bryant was hurt in 2000, it didn't matter. He could have won with a bunch of scrubs. Shaquille O'Neal in all those series had to get double teamed at minimum. There was not one player. Kenyon Martin couldn't stop him. The Dikembe Mutombo couldn't stop him. You cannot stop this man in the playoffs. While Moses Malone, we talk about his playoffs, in his prime in the playoffs, he averaged 22.3 points, 50.7 assists on 40% shooting as a big man. We're talking about a Moses Malone who has no offensive game. A lot of his game was simply because he rebounds, put the ball back. He didn't have an offensive game. Shaquille O'Neal, we're talking about his gravity, commanding the double team. We're talking about a little baby hook. We're talking about a player with the ability to pass through the double team, find the open man. Shaquille O'Neal in every way possible, even in rebounding in the finals, was better than Moses Malone. There was not a single thing in basketball that Moses Malone did better than Shaquille O'Neal's when it counted the most. The 3 finals MVPs, like I said, Moses Malone over 1. And if we're talking MVPs, we want to talk about MVPs. Steve Nash got the same amount of MVPs as Kobe and Shaq combined. Moses Malone has 3. That's fine. Shaq has 1. But we all know Shaq probably deserved 3, 4, maybe even 5 MVPs. Dominant throughout. From the 90s to the 2000s, he could have won 7 more MVPs, but he was too big and too strong for the league that they didn't want to give it to him every year. They had to give it to a guy like Tim Duncan. They had to give it to a guy like Allen Iverson. But Shaquille O'Neal was that guy, and Moses Malone does not compare. That's 2-0.
All right, man. We got True. Let's get to your second round. It starts.
That was cute when you talk about Shaq dominance. And yes, he was dominant, but it needs to be dominant against guys like Rick Smits and the competition of centers he played during that 3-year peak stretch. Moses Malone, let's not forget, and going back to the fact that he led that Rockets team to the finals, arguably the worst team ever in NBA history. They were below 5. Moses Malone was so great that he took a below 500 team to the finals and taking a great Larry Bird-led team to 6 games and outplaying Larry Bird, by the way. And you know what's the crazy thing about that run? He also outplayed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, getting over 20 rebounds more than him in that series, outplaying Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. So when it comes to doing more with less, that was Moses Malone did. And let's not forget too, man, when Moses Malone finally was being put in a situation to win his first season with the Sixers, won an NBA championship. Before that season started, they asked Moses Malone the question, "What's your prediction?" He said, 4-4-4. Going to that season, they only lost 1 game to the Milwaukee Bucks and sweeping the Lakers in the NBA Finals, outplaying Kareem Abdul-Jabbar again. That's how dominant Moses Malone was. He was a game changer. When he finally get put in the situation of a quality championship team, he won, beating one of the greatest teams, arguably the greatest team dynasty in the 80s. So let's not sit up here and diminish that. So listen, when it came to Shaq always had a great number 2 on his team. Moses Malone didn't always have that luxury. And then you talk about the MVPs. Let's not forget, the first MVP Moses Malone won, it was a player's vote. So his peers Other guys vote him over MVP over guys like the Kareem, Dr. Jason, etc. Tom.
All right, that's time. We're going into our final round. Before we start the voting process, Jalen, it's your rebuttal round. Your time starts now.
I like that you mentioned that Moses Malone won his first MVP when the players vote. That is a good point because players were voting MVPs earlier on in the league. Can you imagine if the players were voting for Shaq, how many MVPs he would have got, especially over Moses Malone if even they played in this era? Shaq, without a doubt, would have multiple MVPs if it was not for the media bias of him being too big, too strong. And another thing, people have this idea that he played weak competition. Now, you have to understand, one, Shaq was never be playing one-on-one. Dikembe Mutombo, a defensive player of the year candidate, and a guy who's won multiple defensive player of the years, could not stop a one-on-one. They had to put two guys on him. Kenyon Martin, no slouch, no scrub, another great defensive big. They had to put two guys on him. Against Indiana, they put three bodies on him and couldn't stop him. So it's the idea that Shaq played weak competition in the fact that he also had to go against, not the same position, but one-on-one. Tim Duncan, an all-time great defender, was cooking him too. Chris Webber in those 2000 Kings teams, he was cooking him too. He was cooking all-time great NBA players, Hall of Fame caliber NBA players, the best players of a generation. No one could stop this man. And then in terms of Moses Malone, let's look at Moses Malone's rookie season. His rookie season, Moses Malone is giving you in the NBA. He's giving you right here. He's giving you 13.2 points per game. And 13.1 rebounds. Shaquille O'Neal, his rookie year, coming to the league, 23.4 points per game, 13.9 total rebounds. Right off the bat, Shaquille O'Neal came in, dominating the league. Moses Malone, it took him a couple of years to get into the league and dominate. It took him a while to mesh with his teammates. Shaquille O'Neal made his teammates better. He made Dennis Scott a better shooter because it opened up for him. He made Horace Grant better with the Orlando Magic. Penny Hardaway would not be Penny Hardaway without Shaquille O'Neal. Shaquille O'Neal helped D. Wade develop as a basketball player. Moses Malone could not help his teammates elevate the way Shaquille O'Neal helped his teammates elevate. Kobe Bryant played with Shaquille O'Neal, became a better basketball player. Derek Fisher became a better basketball player. Robert Roy was hitting big shots with Shaquille O'Neal. Moses Malone had great teammates, but could not get them to elevate the way Shaq does because he's not the player Shaq was.
All right, that's time. We got TruDaKing back on the clock to close it out, man. We need a strong rebuttal round. TruDaKing, your time starts now.
Like I said, man, when you talk about competition, man, listen, when we Rick Smith, 6'8" Kenyon Martin, are we serious? 6'8" Kenyon Martin. Listen, when he was going against them Hall of Fame centers or the quality sense of a Ben Wallace or the whatever, he was getting outplayed or not producing the level he was against a guy like Rick Smith. So let's cut that out right there. Like I said, rebounding is not even close. 6-time rebounding champion. When I was taught, well, if you can control the boards, 9 out of 10, you win the game. That's what Moses Malone did at an impactful level. Like I said, Shaq, all this impact, all this winning, when you are a record, he's a record 6 times being swept in the playoffs. All that talent you would have compared to Moses Malone, you getting swept 6 times, which is a record, by the way. Underachieving a lot of those times. Like I said, when Moses Malone got put in the situations when he can finally win a championship, could compete, he won right away. We saw that happening. He didn't. So he's the one who swept the Lakers. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar outplaying Kareem, outplaying Robert Parrish in the final, even Larry Bird. It's not even, I don't understand what we're trying to separate the diminish Moses Malone because he may not be as popular as Shaq or whatever the case may be. Listen, those other two guys, even the best guys on this team, he was getting carried by D Wade in Miami. Let's not forget that. And then let's not talk about leadership because Moses Malone was regarded as one of the best teammates of all time when Shaq was getting out of shape, being lazy, arguing with Kobe, having back foot with Kobe. Pat Riley traded him because he didn't want to compromise to the system. I mean, listen, man, Shaq just benefited from having better teammates than Moses Malone. That's it, man. When it comes to who's better, who was a better leader and teammate, is Moses Malone. Time.
All right, man, that's time. Let's get this off the screen. We got to get everybody up here. Herm. Def, everybody, hold on. Let's just go ahead. We're gonna start with Simply Ball Dropping.
What?
Hold on, y'all. We're gonna start with Simply Ball Dropping Podcast. Who you got winning and why?
Man, hey, first off, man, this debate right here, this was a tough one, man. TruDaKing, man, he made a case for Moses Malone. He made a case for him. and he was cooking. But that third on that round for Jalen at home, man, because he used what TruDaKing said about Moses Malone's first MVP. It was a player's vote, and then Jalen flipped it on him, talking about if the players had the vote, Shaq would have had multiple, right? And I just thought with his points, what Jalen was doing in that rebuttal round, he edged it out in the rebuttal round. So I'm gonna give it to Jalen 2-1.
All right, we got one vote for Jalen. Let's go ahead and go to MacDef. Who you got winning and why?
I got TruDaKing 2-1. Jalen smoked in the first round. It wasn't even close. It was a tough second round, but I gave it to True. He harped on the competition and winning did more with less, beating Kareem, and he harped on Shaq's competition in the finals. Kind of rebutted that. And then the third round was close. But I gave it to TruDaKing. He mentioned the leadership of Moses Malone, the rebounding, and I thought Jalen could have harped on Shaq's not only the dominance, which he said, but the rule changes that were implemented because of Shaq, because of his dominance. To mention Kenyon Martin and Chris Webber as competition to Shaq when TruDaKing is mentioning Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Kevin McHale and Larry Bird. I thought that was just a misrepresentation. I thought you left a little more meat on the bone, so to speak. Pause. But I got TruDaKing 2-1.
All right, so another one. We got to vote for TruDaKing. All right, let's go to Sturdy. Who you got winning and why?
Another close one. I got it 2-1 Jalen slightly. Jalen, I thought you messed. It was a decent angle from showing how Shaq was a good teammate, but at the same time, Shaq also has history of being a bad team. I thought TruDaKing did a good job of emphasizing those things. Even though TruDaKing fibbed on certain points, like I always tell people, if a person fibs during the debate, it's the onus on you to emphasize that fib or that lie. And so because Jalen didn't bother to challenge True, then that's why True got the third round. But I gave it Jalen because the first round I thought he got it, but the second round was the closest round in my opinion. And I thought Jalen had a little more. I thought Jalen had a little more examples of Shaq's dominance in the second round. And that's why I gave it to Jalen 2-1.
All right, so let's go to Avion. Who you got winning and why?
Listen, man. I mean, maybe it's just me, man, but I got Jalen with the sweep, bro. I don't know what Mac Dev is talking about, but I think Jalen main points he brought again the facts, and he brought like the era and Shaq's impact, and he also emphasized during that Miami run, even though he was the second option, he was still one of the main focus on that team. I just felt like the whole debate long, TruDaKing was backed up into a corner, and he fell into Jalen's trap every round. And I don't see how this was close. I think each round, I mean, Jalen was cooking, and it got bad, man. And I got Jalen with the sweep. I'm not sure what Mac Dev saw, but hey, it is what it is.
All right, let's go to that's another vote for Jalen. We're gonna go to P5. Who you got winning and why?
I couldn't see Jalen's first round, so I don't know if I should be voting because I couldn't see his first.
That's fine. We can move on. Let's go to Nehari. Nehari, who you got winning and why?
A sweep is crazy. This debate is way closer than a lot of people say it is, especially in that third round. I feel like TruDaKing clearly won out for a third round when he brought up the fact that he said Kenyon Martin and Chris Webber was his comp, and that was pretty nasty. About the fact that he was a better leader than him, better rebounder, did more with less, and the time that he finally did get help, he had won the championship pretty easy. Outplayed Larry Bird, outplayed Robert Parrish, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Those are phenomenal points by True. But the first two rounds were Jay and I'm not going to lie. I mean, this was This is probably the easiest debate I've ever seen for somebody to win. I don't know why TruDaKing went with this debate, but you did a good job trying. But yeah, Jalen won the first 2 rounds and Trudy won the 3rd round.
All right, we go to Herm. Herm, who you got winning and why?
I got Jalen winning. It was like an uphill battle. If True was gonna win that, he was gonna come with some unbelievable facts and come with some unbelievable stuff that we didn't know about Moses Malone to win that one. So I rather with Jalen on this one.
All right, so that's another vote for Jalen. That brings us to 4 votes for Jalen. So that means Jalen wins on the panel. And let's go to the chat. And then in the chat, if we end it. Oh, man. In the chat, it has Jalen winning 74% to 25%, man. So, yeah, Jalen definitely.
Lamar, what's your take?
Yeah, we hear your take too, Lamar. I think it was 3, yo. I think it was 3, yo.
Be honest. Lamar, just be honest.
Lamar, don't.
It was not.
Hold on, y'all. Let Lamar answer. Let Lamar answer, bro. Let Lamar give his take.
All right, we got one more debate for the night. No, I'm just
he already said what he thought in the chat.
Look,
that's sweet.
Thank you.
Look, it's just a.
Oh, we already know how we feel.
That was it. I'm not gonna lie. If that debate.
Look,
Hold on, man. Come on, man.
I mean, it's like for me, you can have a great debate plan and you can make some really good points, but that's like so what this I would equate what True tried to do to this right here. This would be like me trying to debate, and if you got noise in your background, please mute your background because the noise is really bad. But it would be like me trying to convince people that the NCAA champions could beat the NBA champions.
That's crazy.
And so it's just like I could probably make some really good points based on how good the NCAA champions are. But it's just like it's such a mountain to climb. I mean, True made some really good points, but the mountain he needed to climb is ridiculous. And it's just like Shaq's dominance, Shaq's ability to score. I mean, the recency bias, the winning is on a whole nother level. Look, every aspect of the game, True was climbing a mountain. And it's just, I mean, really the only angle he had was to talk about Moses Malone's rebounding.
Thank you.
But outside of that, it's just like he had a good player, but the player he's trying to overcome is just better by a long shot. And so that's what I mean.
Yeah, Shaq is arguably like a top five.
Hold on, y'all.
That's all I'm saying. So, like, I mean, this would have been if he did this debate with anybody other than Jay. Let's say, for example, if this was Mac Def. Because Mac Def is known to slip up sometimes, and you could weasel some things in, but you can't do this type of debate versus Jalen. Jalen just ain't gonna miss with these. I mean, that's just respect to Jalen. Like
Mac Def, what did you see?
Now it's funny. It's funny though. Hold on, I got to say. Hold on, everybody.
I'm not saying True did a bad job. I'm not saying like True did the best he could with what he had to work with. Like, and what I would have recommended him do. This is what I would have done if this was forced on me. I would have just started making shit up that Jalen would have had to try to challenge or something, and then see if it can fly. But outside of making stuff up, no, I'm saying outside of making stuff up, there's just no way to win this debate.
Lamar. What you scored? Hold on, True. Let's get it official. Just fuck how you feel about the topic. What do you score the debate?
Sweet, nigga. Sweep.
I had Jalen winning.
It was not a sweep.
Hold on, y'all. Damn, nigga.
He ain't round around though. You know.
Hold on, y'all. Damn.
I had Jalen winning all 3 rounds.
That's cap.
That's it.
I'm just saying. That's cap. All I'm saying is this though. When they came at my hold, I don't care. I don't care about wins and losses. I really don't. But at the end of the day, my material is my material. That being said, though, when I beat Nehari, it was different conversation. Hey, I'm just saying when it comes to now, it's like okay,
No, but true. This
it
has
is what it
nothing to
is.
do
Hey,
with
listen,
you.
I don't care.
You did a good job
listen,
with what you had. That's
Hey,
the
listen.
thing.
No,
I
I
don't
really
listen.
won 3-0, but
Listen,
I'm business though.
listen. First of all, saying I lost 3-0 is like that's just
No,
recency
true.
bias.
True.
I mean, that's
It's like it's true. You had a BB gun and you hit Jalen with all 3 BBs that you had in your holster. But
here's the thing though with that BB gun.
Jalen had a rocket launcher and he hit you with all
But he
3
missed.
rockets.
But I survived though. Hold on. How you got rocket launcher? But how you hit with a rocket launcher?
Because you
and
hit,
survive?
but your butt
I don't
pellets,
know
you
if
hit him
it's
with
survive.
pellets.
No, but true, you had an opportunity. True, you had an opportunity in that second round with Jalen with bringing up matchups. You could have highlighted how Moses somewhat dominated Kareem in that finals and how he made a difference.
I mentioned that. I mentioned the
Nah,
Kareem
but
No. Hold on. Shoot. Real talk. You at this point, especially uphill battles like this, you got to get more specific. You can't just mention it, and that's why I thought like you did a great job.
Listen,
No. Hold on.
I don't want to care no more.
You could have split gas Jalen in that second round.
I really don't care though.
In this debate, look, in this debate,
good dub. I guess I won.
Hold on, True. Listen, in this debate, True 100% had the harder player to defend. Even when he said, "Let's do this debate," I'm like, okay, because I knew it'd be an easy win. Like I think Shaq has all the facts on the side, 100%, right? So I had all the easier things. I think I clearly won 3-0, 1 and 2 clear. The third one, I realized I could have combated a little better, brought some better points.
The third one, actually, Jalen, the third one, you gave him the third one. You gave him the third one by saying
I thought when I mentioned that Shaq had to be guarded by multiple players, the comp doesn't matter because 2 guys on you, it doesn't one-on-one.
He could have came back on it.
But I mean, look, I thought
he could have.
Cool. We'll take the W. We gotta figure this out. Shout out chat. They know the vibe.
I'm not gonna lie.
The thing is,
that's cool, man.
Hold up, Herm. Check this out. Lamont, when you pulled me up last time, my mic was on mute when Sturdy and P5 say something about that debate right there. Sturdy stayed on topic, man, because it was about the in-season tournament. He broke down stats on how the Lakers have been performing in the in-season tournament. He broke down the group play on how they've been performing, what LeBron has averaged in the in-season tournament, how Anthony Davis has stepped up in the in-season tournament.
Hold on. That debate's over with, man.
The debate was who's going to win tonight's game. It didn't have anything to do with it.
Hold on. I know we missed your thought on that, but we got to keep it moving. Like I don't want to keep going back to that debate.
If Jalen says, "What if they had players voting for Shaq? He would have won it." Ain't that a kind of hypothetical? We don't know that, bro. That's what I'm saying.
So why did you bring up? Hold on. So why did you bring up that point then?
Because of fact.
Because it's a fact. It doesn't matter. If I win 3 league MVP,
Mac there, it's cool, Mac there. Because if I lost like that, it's cool. If you got, hey, I'm cool.
No, that's not a bad loss to the King because that like
no. Listen. But it's the reasons behind.
I have Shaq over Moses, but I'm just debate. I'm judging the debate. And who
I ain't complaining about you beating me, right? I'm just saying.
Jalen smoked you the first round. It was close to second, and I thought he gave you the third.
About the championship dominance,
bro. It's a sweep, bro.
No, it was. I'm not gonna lie. That second round was close, Jalen.
Yeah, the second round was close with the championship dominance.
It was close. I'm surprised it's even this close.
Because he rebutted. True had the rebuttal with the competition that he faced, and then he said when you went against like Ben Wallace or other better competition, it didn't look so good. He didn't have the same production, so he kind of countered it. It was a good debate.
How you get?
I don't think True lost. I don't think True lost 3-0. That's crazy.
Mac Dev, how you get 2-1?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
The first round, Jalen.
Hold on, Nehari, hold on.
The first round, Jalen smoked. The first round, Jalen smoked him. The second round could have went either or, but because True rebutted, he went second and he rebutted Jalen's points and then mentioned Moses Malone's competition and what he did. I gave it the True. The third round I felt was kind of hypothetical. He said, "What if Shaq had player votes?" You know what I'm saying? And then he said Shaq had to be a number 2. And we never seen really Moses Malone at the top as a number 2. And then he said when he got a team, he got a team when he got it. No, he was the league MVP when he got a
Exactly.
team.
I want Mike Dev.
Yeah, what are you
what
talking about, bro?
Exactly.
Yeah, we can move on. We can
All the
move
because he
on.
wasn't. Yo, not all
It
the
was a
That's
close.
votes.
It
crazy,
was a
bro.
close debate. It was a close debate, bro. It
No,
was a
it
close debate.
wasn't, man.
It
We can move
wasn't
on,
close,
man.
Mac Dev. Come on, man.
We can move
It
on.
definitely was close.
This man said Moses Malone was the second
It
guy
shouldn't
on
have been close,
six.
but
We
it
can move
was.
on, bro. We can
Y'all
move
trying to
on.
save this man, and the fact that Mac Dev got 2-1 is blasphemy, bro. It's blasphemy. I just don't see it. Okay, I can understand if you would have said like, Jalen would have won 2-1. Okay, I give you that. But for TruDaKing to win 2-1, bro, like
You
come
said
on,
Moses
man.
Malone was the second guy on the Sixers, bro. Your opinion is not valid,
Well,
bro. So I don't care what you talking about, man.
Shout
what
out
are you
Dr.
talking
J.
about?
Yo,
This,
yo.
Dr. J exists.
All right, look, y'all. Look, we did have another debate. Well, the last debate we were supposed to have was it 8:30? And
Yeah, it's me versus Mac Dev. What point guard would you rather? It's the second ChatGPT topic. What point guard would you rather put around? I got Luka. He has John Morant. Bro, I'm not gonna.
Oh
all
my
right, y'all.
God.
Hey, y'all. The game is gonna be getting started soon, so we got to push through this one because, like I said, I'm not
Hey,
trying
hold
to.
on. Where's ReBranden at?
I saw him in the chat, but he ain't pulled up yet.
That's a dub, then, right? That's a dub, then, right? Because y'all getting the free dubs, motherfuckers don't show up. I'm just saying, we'll keep saying, man. I'm just saying.
If he don't pull up, I mean, I already had marked it. I had already marked him down as a no-show. So I had already given it to you because I hadn't seen him even say nothing in the chat about it. So we just got to get to this Mac Def sturdy debate, and then we got to get to shutting it down.
that's an easy sweep right there, man. You might have shut it down.
Because we got this game about to come on, and like I said, I don't want to miss too much of it. It's going to be a good game. It's the first in-season tournament championship game. I want to be able to watch it start to finish, and and just see where the cards fall. I don't have no dog in the fight, but I just hope to see a good game. I tell people, if you're a betting person, put your money on the Pacers. The money's in the Pacers if you bet. Just because it's a plus 195 on Hard Rock. And I think they have a hell of a chance to win tonight. You could probably go with the spread, but taking the Pacers with the spread tonight would probably be where the money is. Even if you're a Laker fan, if you're just looking to make some money, that's where I think the money play is. But let's go ahead and drop everybody down. Let's get to this last debate. We got Ace 30 and Mac Def. They got a really good topic. We got to push through this one. Let me get them up here. And we have Ja Morant and Luka Doncic. Who would be the better option to start your team with? And Sturdy has Luka Doncic.
Who would be the better point guard to start your team with specifically?
Yeah, who would be the better point guard to start your team with? Sturdy has Luka Doncic, while Mac Def has Ja Morant. Let's get the clock on the screen. Hold on, there we go. All right, the clock is on the screen. Let me reset it. So, Mac Def, you are the lower ranked debater, so you're going to be going first in all three of these rounds. Mac Def is on you for your first round. Your time starts now. Go ahead and cook.
Yeah, John Morant would be a better point guard to build your team around. He can create his own shot. He has the handles. He can shoot. He can go to the basket as well and put pressure on your defense. But the two specific points that he has that Luka doesn't have is that he's better off ball and he's a great in transition. The reason why those two aspects are important to your star player, because if you can move off the ball, that can create advantages for your offense. But if you're on ball all the time, like Luka is, that gives the advantage to the defense to load up on your star player. Also, in the playoffs, the game slows down, so transition points are at a premium. So if Ja can get out there on the fast breaks and put up fast break points, that gives his team a little bit more advantage. Luka Doncic, we know, is not known for great transition and getting out on the break. Also, building a team around Ja is pretty easy. All you need is really a defensive-minded team around him. If you have a defensive-minded team around him and a consistent second and third option scorers at timely scoring, you can get far with Ja Morant's skill set because he carry the scoring load as well, facilitate for his team and get out on fast breaks. With Luka Doncic, we really don't know if we could build a team around him. Yes, he's a better player, and yes, he has the skill set, but he's already had three franchise players alongside him. He's had Jalen Brunson. He's had Porzingis, and now he has Kyrie Irving. Kobe Bryant said Luka's skill set, which is similar to James Harden, that skill set is great. It will win you a lot of games, but it won't win you a championship. And we have yet to see with 3 franchise players, Luka, to even get to the finals. Time.
All right, that's time. This for the first round. It's going to be back on Sturdy. Go ahead and start your first round now, man. Go ahead and cook.
There's 3 simple reasons why Luka is the best point guard to build around in comparison to John Morant. The first reason is availability. Out of the 318 games available, John Morant has only played 246. That means he missed 23% of the games during the regular season. That's almost 25%. And then you take a look at the playoffs. He only played out of 23 games available. He only played 19, which means he missed 18% of his game, which is almost 20%. That means almost every 4 games, every 5 games, either due to suspension or due to various injuries to his ankle, his hip, his hand, he's going to be unavailable, miss crucial time. That matters, especially when you're competing in a stacked West like this. In addition to that, not only Luka's more reliable, he's simply more accomplished. In his 6th year in the NBA right now, he already has 4 first-team All-NBAs in comparison to Ja's 2 All-NBAs appearances. He already has double the amount of All-Stars with 4 to Ja Morant's 2. And we're taking the fact that this is the greatest point guard era, the fact that he's doing it at since the age of 21 years old matters. He's the youngest player to have over 20 triple doubles before the age of 25. No other player has more than 10 younger than him through the history of the league. Luka Doncic not only is more durable than John Morant, he's simply more impactful player. There's a reason why year after year he's in the MVP conversation. It's for his offensive impact. So when MacDev lie and say, "Oh, he didn't work out and optimize with certain teammates and certain franchise players," why did Luka Doncic get to the Western Conference with Jalen Brown, MacDev? Why did Luka Doncic average nearly 32 points, 8 and 8 during that playoff run with Jalen Brown, MacDev? Why did if Luka Doncic could not play with an adequate defensive team, why was the Dallas Mavericks ranked 6th that year? They made to the Western Conference Final and they got further than John Morant ever did. Can you explain that to the people, MacDev? We need the answers.
Time. All right, let's go to the second round. MacDev is back on you, man. Let's hear it.
Yeah. So let me remind the people on the panel in the chat. This is about building a team around a point guard, not who's the better point guard. So all the accolades really don't matter when you're supposed to be in MVP conversations, Luka Doncic, and you don't make the playoffs. You didn't even make the play-in. And while you played with Jalen Brunson, who's doing a great job with the New York Knicks as a franchise point guard for them, yes, you missed a couple of games versus in the first round versus Utah, where Jalen Brunson kind of carried the team and won pivotal games in that series to make it a series for Luka to come back. You didn't want to pay him the money, so he goes to New York and he's become a debatable top 10 point guard and now has them in playoff contention as well. You didn't want to pay him. You had chemistry issues with Porzingis, and also we don't know how this Kyrie thing is going to end up. As far as John Morant, it's easy to build a team around him because he carries the scoring load and he does everything offensively, and all you need is a defensive-minded team. It has proven out over the years. Isaiah Thomas is the bad boy Pistons. He was the leader and point getter of that team. They had a defensive-minded team and they won championships. Derrick Rose was an MVP. He had a defensive-minded team and he won league MVP, and they finished first twice in the Eastern Conference and got all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals. Steph Curry won multiple championships with no superstar and a defensive-minded team. It is proven that with John Morant, if you're a star point guard like him, all you need is a defensive-minded team and timely scoring from your other players to actually win, while Luka Doncic has had star players, Porzingis, Kyrie, and Jalen Brunson, and he has not made it to the NBA Finals. So you tell me, do you got the answer, Sturdy?
Here we go, man. All right, second round.
Oh, 1,000%, 1,000%, MacDev. I already got the answers, and thanks for agreeing with me by admitting that Luka Doncic is the better point guard. And yes, anybody will want to build their franchise around a better point guard because, like I said before, he's the more impactful offensive player. Luka Doncic is the top 3 offensive player in this game. when you say John Morant is better in transition, does not necessarily mean he's better than controlling the pace of the game than Luka Doncic. To quote John Morant himself, when asked about playing against Luka Doncic, he said himself, it is tough playing against a guy because he's playing against his own pace. When you have a guy like Luka Doncic with the basketball IQ to slow the game down and execute certain mismatches to optimize shots, to get wide open threes, as well as get certain matchups to optimize your offense, that's a great thing that you want in any point guard. He's a better playmaker, he's a better passer, he's a better scorer, and he's the most overall versatile player. Also, let's debunk this other lie. This year in particular, Luka Doncic has improved not only defensively but also off ball as well. The way, in particular, Jason Kidd has been using Luka Doncic, but also using him in dribble handoffs to initiate certain pin down actions, as well as get him easier seals in the post. Speaking of post, for a point guard, he's one of the best post scorers and passers in the league. What that means is it gives you flexibility in your offense. It gives you flexibility in different roles, the type of acquisitions you can add to Luka. So you don't have to be restricted by overloading your defense with more size like you have to do with John Morant. Instead, because Luka is 6'8", 6'9", because he's already walking mismatch already, he has a natural advantage, which is easy to build an offense around him, Mac. That's easy to build a team around him. He's more reliable. He's already proven with other stars to get further to John Morant in the playoffs already. And let's debunk another lie. When you say Jalen Brunson didn't want to stay on the Mavericks, that's a lie. He said it himself. Only reason why he went to the Knicks is because his father there. They actually offered the same amount of money that he's making in New York Knicks now.
All right, it's time. All right, back to MacDef. MacDef, we got the rebuttal round. You got to bring it home. Your time starts now.
First of all, I didn't say Jalen Brunson didn't want to stay there. I said Dallas didn't want to pay him the money. That's number one for my rebuttal. Number two is if you said Luka Doncic got farther with star players. Keyword star players. Ja has not played with another franchise player on his team. Does Dallas actually have an identity with Luka Doncic? What kind of team are they? Are they an offensive team? Are they the pick and roll offensive team? Do they share the ball? Luka is not good off the ball, and he's sort of in a James Harden role where he's asked to do everything. Like Kobe Bryant said, it can win you a lot of games, but it's not conclusive to winning a championship. And we've already seen Luka with star players not even get to the NBA Finals. Meanwhile, with John Morant, you have an identity. You have a core, which is a grit and grind team, a defensive-minded team, and he's about the culture as well. You can sell jerseys, you can sell tickets, and if I'm a GM and I'm looking at John Morant and Luka Doncic, I see the skill set of Luka, but how do I actually build a championship team around him? His skill set, what do I need to build around him to make me a championship team? With John Morant, it's been proven already. Also, with Luka, we've seen him have issues with the coach, Rick Carlisle. We've seen him have chemistry issues with Porzingis. And also, we've got questions about his conditioning as well. So even Shaq said, I could have been the GOAT if I would have stayed in more conditioning. If we got questions already at age 24, 25 with Luka Doncic, it's only going to get harder as he goes. Luka has missed the play-in while John Morant has actually finished as a second seed higher than Luka Doncic has ever finished in the Western Conference.
All right, man. All right. That's MacDef. It's on Sturdy to bring it home. Then we're going to get to the votes. Sturdy, your final round starts now.
He literally played with Jaren Jackson, who's not only defensive player of the year, but also an all-star. John Morant not only had adequate teammates, but also he had a competent franchise to help optimize his play. Unfortunately, you don't need as much to build around Luka. And you keep reiterating this playoff success as if it favors your argument. Luka got to the Western Conference and got to the playoff 3 times, balling in the playoffs, averaging 39-9 on a regular basis against elite playoff teams and defensive teams, coming back from 2-0 from the Phoenix Suns, being massive underdogs, putting up a great season against the defending team Warriors, and putting the Clippers on back-to-back seasons to the brink and going 6 and 7 games when Kristaps Porzingis is actually injured. So when you mention the fact that he had bad chemistry, no, the thing is Kristaps Porzingis was injured every single playoffs he was there. He said it in JJ Reddit podcast himself. Third thing is he didn't like I said though, like I said before, Luka Doncic is clearly the better player, the better point guard to build around because he's a better offensive player, better scorer, more versatile player, and it doesn't take that much to build around him. When I get Luka Doncic compared to John Morant, I'm getting more reliable superstar. I am getting a face of the league. They've been trying to push this guy as the face of the league for the last 3 seasons. The only reason why he has it because he's in a tough West. And only reason why they missed the playoffs because Jason Kidd said himself in the post conference that we wanted to keep our draft pick. Not because of Luka play. Not because Luka play at all. Not because Luka false narratives about his chemistry. It's because they want to retain a draft pick to which you saw them get Jaden Ivey a new center that he's actually optimizing by getting the ball down low, by getting easy buckets with lobs as well as dump off passes by attracting that much double teams in different areas of the court. These are the advantages that you have with Luka Doncic in regards to John Morant, and that's why you should build around Luka Doncic instead of John Morant.
All right, that's time. All right, let's get the poll started. That was a different debate. That was a Chat GPT topic, you guys. Which again, Chat GPT came up with some kind of intriguing topics that presented a number of challenges. And so that was a topic. And not only did Chat GPT choose the topic, ChatGPT also chose who debated what side. So it wasn't like there was any favoritism there. And so I kind of like that. But again, it presents its own challenges. So salute to both of these guys for taking that challenge on and not running from it. Let's get to the votes, man. We got let's go to Nehari. Nehari, man, who you got winning and why? You're on mute, Nehari. All right, no Nehari, man. Hold on. Let's get to P5. Who you got winning and why?
Is he watching TV?
No.
I heard the debate. I listened to it all. The game just started, so I started watching it. Like, man, that first round went to MacDef. I didn't really care for a lot of what Sturdy said. He brought up accolades and accomplishments, and I didn't really care and availability. I think in that first round, at least, MacDef did a better job breaking down the player, while Sturdy kind of just brought up accomplishments, which I don't really think holds a factor into the debate. Just accomplishments and stuff like that. Availability is another thing that he brought up, but I don't really care for that too much either. We're talking about who's the better point guard to build around, and I'm assuming that these guys are all healthy. Round 2, I think that was I think round 2 went to Sturdy. I think Sturdy did a better at that point. Tried to do a better job of trying to debunk what MacDef was saying. And round 3 was the closest one. I think finally round 3 what gave it to Sturdy was he finally started going into what makes Luka just a far better player, and the advantages of building around Luka as compared to John Morant when we're talking about on the court. So with that being said, I got to go with Sturdy 2-1.
Hey, Lamar, I was AFK the whole time. I'm not going to judge. I'm about to drop out.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm about to watch this game.
Get somebody else up there. Let's go to Avion. Who you got winning and why?
Actually, this was a good debate. I had H30 winning 2-1. I thought, starting off, I think MacDev did a good job bringing up points about Ja. All right, but which I kind of disagree with P5. I think availability does play some factor as we're thinking about who are we building a point guard around. And I think H30 brought up some great points on Luka. And some great rebuttals too regarding Luka, especially with like the in shape stuff and his performance in the playoffs and his impact in the playoffs as well. I think that kind of bring it home. He also brought up the how Ja has Jaren Jackson as well has other players on the team, and I got 2-1 H30.
All right, we got another one for H30. All right, let's go to We got Jalen. Jalen, who you got winning and why?
Yeah, I thought it was a pretty good debate. I think Mac had an uphill battle for sure in a Luka versus John Morant battle. That first round, I thought, by Mac was probably the best first round you could do in a topic like this. Definitely one of the better rounds. So I got Mac the first round. Not that A30 did bad. I just thought Mac was, if you're going to make a case for Ja over Luka, that's the type of first round. Those are the points you need to make. And he did that. So I'm definitely giving it to Mac. And the last two, I just think is 30. Basically, the last two brought it all home, talking about Luka's ability, how it's easier to build around him as a player, his playoff obviously performances, how those significantly better than Jaws. So I think it's definitely Ace 32-1. But I think given the topic, Mac did a great job in debating here.
All right, so we got another one for Ace 30. Let's go to Simply Ball Dropping. Who you got winning and why?
Yeah, I got Ace 30, man, 2-1, man. Max started off strong, man. I thought he really hammered, his first round down, man. He locked in on what he was trying to, say to the audience, man. I think he did a great job. But like I said, them last two rounds, Ace 30, was talking about the availability. I think the availability means a lot. Luka's availability versus John Morant, you know what I'm saying? But I think he brought it home on all his points, and now you can build a team around Luka, man. So I give it to Ace 30, 2-1.
All right, another one for Ace 30. That brings 30 to 4 votes on the panel. So that means there's not enough votes left. Let's see what we got in the chat. Let me end it. And in the chat, we have. Why is it taking so long to load? Oh, I didn't close it. Yeah, I did. So in the chat, we have Ace 30 winning over Mac Def. I just can't see the percentages for some reason. But I do see the Ace 31 in the chat.
I'm putting cases out on all you bitches.
You did good, Mac. This is an uphill battle. And 30 just got you. You did good, though.
No, you did.
Man, it was no uphill battle. That shit was weak.
Honestly, MacDev, what you should have did, I'm surprised you didn't emphasize on the marketing aspect. Like
I did. I said he's for the coaches.
No, you mentioned it. You gotta emphasize it, bro.
Oh, y'all.
You should have emphasized the shoe sales, the jersey sales. He blow Luka out the water on them shits.
I said,
but it's whatever.
Sturdy, do you always do this? Sturdy, do you always start off? You always start off slow and get better as the debate goes. Like I've noticed the pattern now. Your first
to be honest, I thought I was slow in debates where I didn't take that serious. No disrespect to P5 or myself. I did like, I swear to God, I did research for your debate like while I was on the stream. Real talk. And P5.
He's 30. I'll tell you now.
It was like 5 minutes. It was like 10 minutes.
You can't like 10 minutes.
Only harped on was Luka as a player. He just yelled stats.
Yes,
you didn't harp on as a GM. You sounded like a fan. Bro, that shit's weak, bro. Y'all
give me big odds and let ChatGPT
pick our topic. My next topic.
Lamont, what you think, bro? What you think, bro? I want to hear Lamont.
My next topic. I'm not. It's gonna be a strong.
Lamont, was you even listening, nigga?
Yes, I was listening. Why would I not listen?
But here's my thing though. Like,
what's your take
next
on it?
time I debate 30, I'm not debating something that I don't believe in. Next time I debate 30.
Yeah, but you know
that's how it works, people. Like
you gotta be ready to debate stuff you don't believe in over here, because you can't always run the stuff that you know or under. You got to be able to debate both sides, man.
It's the art of debating. No, sure.
Yeah, like P5, like bro, everyone does. Like when Lamont says John Stockton top 5, he don't believe that, but he still can put up a good argument why he is there.
All right,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, 30. On the next debate, then, on the next debate, then, I want you to debate for Karl Malone.
You lucky Mod this show up.
I want you to debate for Karl Malone over Kevin Durant.
You lucky Mod that show up today, Lamont. I was gonna bury you and him with that whole Stockton top 5 narrative, bro.
Hey, 30. Next time, I want. Hey, 30.
But what did I say about it though?
Debate KD Malone.
I'm confused, Lamont. I shot you the video. You said 2 different things. On one video, you said regardless of play style, we rate players based on their dominance of who they were during their era. And then another video, you start talking about play style, and that's why John Stockton has to be a top 5 point guard. Nigga, I don't know. That's what I'm asking you.
The main emphasis is just giving him his respect. He's
Man,
getting
Lamar,
He
people
like
get
when I
he didn't
hear
choose to do
hold
that
on,
debate.
when I hear Lowe say stuff like Karl Malone's a better playmaker than John Stockton, that's just complete disrespect, man. That's all.
He was bullshitting on that. He was bullshitting on that one.
Lamar,
But
what's
no,
your
like
take on the last debate, bro? Before I get up out
Look,
of here.
I mean, look, I just feel. I mean, I like. I just wish he would have. I feel like when you have John Morant, because of the success John Morant had early on, like obviously, if you remove these gun stuff, which is going to be the bias, the primary bias for a lot of people, there are so many things you could use as far as how I feel like as a winner, as just having just overall impact. I feel like John Morant peaked a little bit sooner. Luka, as an individual player, peaked better than Ja. Ja just did a better job of being a team raiser, helping his team be better and not just really focused on his own individual skill set. So I just think, man, if you talk about building a team, you got to focus a lot more on Ja's early successes in the confines of the team. What he was able to do early, even with limited rosters, helping guys like Desmond Bane get better early, helping guys like Jaren Jackson, who I never thought could be a defensive player of the year, get better. I mean, if you start talking about the guys that he actually raised, and not just raised, they became one of the top teams in the West. They were looked at as a team to watch for in the playoffs. So, there's some things you could have focused on. That's what I would have focused on. The more the team has, because you're never going to beat Luka out.
Impact on the team,
individual. Yeah, because individual player for player, you're never going to win out there with Luka. So you have to start getting to the other non basketball stuff, just the team stuff. Yeah, the intangible stuff. That's where. But I think Ja has that. I think he brings like, I don't know how to explain it. He brings something to the game, a joy.
He got the F factor.
That's what I'm saying. He has a factor. He just makes guys around him better, and then he always plays hard. I don't know if I can say that about Luka, but Ja always plays hard, and even to his own detriment, to where he's getting himself injured. But I don't know. But Sturdy did get it off though. He did make some valid points there. I thought he had that third round in the second round, and I think that's what won it for him. I had him 2-1.
Hey, did I want to
first of all, y'all understand this, bro. I'm just wanting anybody. I'm the best rebuttal nigga on these YouTube streets. Don't you ever forget about it.
You had no rebuttal for Luka Doncic's play style, bro.
Lamar, man, just put the play-by-play
You
on
had
there,
no
bro.
rebuttal for that.
Good content. I literally rebuttal everything you said.
I gotta get this shut down. The debates were great.
Got lucky.
What I'm gonna do tonight when I do the post-game show, that's when we're gonna go to ChatGPT. We're gonna input all of the results, postponements, not just postponements. There was a couple people that just got default wins because they didn't show up. So Sturdy's gonna get that default win for Mr. Moss not showing up, and then also I think TruDaKing gets one for ReBranden doing a disappearing act. For whatever reason, so
me and SB gonna just postpone because I ain't no little bitch. I want the wins. I want the wins.
Well, the problem is with SB is I never got any notice of a postponement, so I have to, if I'm gonna be fair.
Oh, that's cool though. We texted. I messaged him. I told him.
Okay, as long as y'all agree, so that's postponed then. All right. So other than that, man, great debates today. Salute to the Locker Room and Pull Up Podcast, man. That was obviously the headline debate of the day. They didn't let us down with the, with the banner back and forth, the drama. And they came through. Pull Up Podcast did a great job for his first time debating as well. So you just got to give him his props, man, for even hopping in the arena and then performing that well when he got here. So, I think we're gonna have a new face in the top 10. I think when it's all said and done, I think ChatGPT is gonna get Jalen in there. I don't know who drops out, who he's gonna kick out.
But I think
because locker room won today, so like that's different. You're not gonna drop.
So yeah, I mean it's gonna be interesting because now we have multiple weeks of results to give it, and it's gonna. I thought when we input it in, I thought it gave us a very fair breakdown of why it ranked the guys and where it ranked them. So we got to get Casual back in the debates. Remember, he was right there at the 10 spot. 10A and 10B with locker room, and we had to decide. So locker room, I want to see him get in there. He can potentially crack the top 10 as well. But look, y'all, I gotta let y'all go, man. It was a hell of a day of debates, man. My apologies on missing last week. Obviously, we had a game. I might as well have just done the debates. We got beat so bad last Saturday. I might as well just came and did the debate.
Shit, why not?
But look, we made up for it those 30. I told y'all.
Nah, you got it. Yeah, you got it back in blood. That's what's up.
We got it back. I told y'all we was gonna win by 40. We won by 50. So
what that does, let's talk, Lamont. What that tells you about your crew is they confident. They actually believe in themselves.
Oh yeah, no, they and we came back and they put a beat down on the team we played next. They did not like that. So that's why we play these tough games. I gotta challenge them. I don't like walking around playing scrubs and pushovers.
This might be the year. Real talk. This might be the year.
Oh no, it definitely is, man. That's been the goal from the start of the year. We I think when we knew how good we was to start the year, but I think the team knew we could be good, but they didn't believe it until we actually start putting the beat down on people. So it is. We play some tough games. We got more tough games to come. Losses don't really define us. It's just the end goal. So it is what it is. But I'll keep you guys up to date on how the season goes. We got a couple weeks off of games to the 28th. We gotta just be practicing. Just really getting into practice. We got a tournament coming up soon at the end of December. That's gonna be tough, and we'll just see where it goes from there. But great debates, man. We'll get to the rankings after the game tonight. So again, make sure you guys pull back up after the game, man, and we can talk about these debates in the game. All right. Let me drop y'all down. Salute Jalen, man. Appreciate you. Salute to Herm. Minor, appreciate you pulling up, and Avion. Appreciate all you guys pulling up to FYF Sports today, man. Hell of a job to all the debaters that came through. Herm is sitting in the barbershop, did a good job. Man, like I say, this might have been, if we're being honest, this might have been one of the most well-rounded debate days that we had, where we could literally say almost all the debates were higher quality level debates. Where on sometimes when we had guys like Alex M jumping into the debates and we had these, G League quality debates going on where people just getting washed. That didn't happen today, man. I think today might have been one of the most solid across the board. But the results are the results, man. So it is what it is. But look, it's FYF Sports. Another great podcast episode. Yeah, we're going to be back with more sports and news. But until then, man, it's FYF Sports. And we out, y'all.
Yeah, we done came from the bottom. Mad that we up, but I don't hear him talking. Started with knowledge inside of my noggin. We took a dream and then we started blogging. Put my city on the map now. I'ma say how it is and I don't back down. On the road to 100K, we finna act out. We gon' show them that we not just in the background. We the main event, we the main show. We the one that people always gon' pay for. FYF, we the best, no debate though. Number one sports channel, every angle. I'ma show them all how we ride. Best sports talk show, we not like them guys. We playing it safe while they feather the lines. We pushing the narrative all the time. Like who to go in the game is not MJ. Kobe Bryant top 10, not what we say. I keep my life, you want is very overrated. Keep it real if it ain't fact, we don't say it. Now it's stable, we won't be ignored.
Missing the lake, I'm missing the drugs again, a hell of pain. I got a lot to deal with and my mind is kinda slipping away. What's on the line? I made up my mind, so shit, I'll just taste it great. Whatever it is, whatever it was, it's never gonna be the same. How do I explain what's been going on with me? You say that I changed, but you didn't know the old me. I think that I saved you. Tell me who gon' save me. I'm way too fucked up in this club. I'm ashamed, baby. You say that I changed, but you ain't really know me. When I'm around my dogs, girl, they just can't control me. Trying to spend my time right, using every second of it. Trying to spend my time right, using every second of it. Before it's too late, girl, before it's too late. Can I speak my mind right, girl, before it's too late. I've been moving backwards, rolling up the backwards. Out of being best, do you have my back, girl, before it's too late? Can I say my piece? change, girl. You know what you mean to me. You just keep it real with me. I've been moving backwards, rolling up the backwards. Every time I'm backstab, missing the lake, I'm missing the draws again. A hell of pain. I got a lot to deal with and my mind is kinda slipping away. What's on the line? I made up my mind, some shit I'll just take to the grave. Whatever that is, whatever it was, it's never gonna be the same. Folding again and I'm running the map. They say the best defense is just to attack. Hopping through too much, it's hard to attach. All this going on is being hard to relax. Gotta get up, gotta get it again. They ain't get the message, we spinning again. I feel my back, I'm just leaving it in. Get what they want, then they leaving again. I cannot act like this ain't nothing new. Been getting smarter with all I've been through. Nowadays, I'm more rewarding than truth. Tired of keeping it G just to lose. Let it all out when I step in the booth. We're there for some months, now it's time to recruit. Met the investments, it's time to recoup. It's time to recoup, but how do I explain what's been going on with me? You say that I changed, but you didn't know the old me. I think that I saved you. Tell me who gon' save me? I'm way too fucked up in this club. I'm ashamed, baby. You say that I changed, but you ain't really know me. When I'm around my dogs, girl, you just can't control me. Trying to spend my time right, using every second of it. Trying to spend my time right, using every second of it. Before it's too late, girl, before it's too late. Can I speak my mind right now before it's too late? I've been moving backwards, rolling up the backwards. Every time I'm backstab, Shawty, you know I gotta let it go sometimes. Gotta clear my head sometimes. I gotta get away some shawty. You know I just need a little peace of mind. Specifically, I'm talking about your mind. I gotta get that ass on. Calling you when I'm overseas, let me know what you need, what you wanna do when I'm home. Talking real dirty, real nasty on the phone. Girl, stop playing, I'm on the way. I am on the way. Girl, stop playing, I am on the way. What you need, what you wanna do, baby girl. I'm all ears for you, baby girl. Drop it down to the latest fashion, girl. All the shit I did, that's past tense, girl. Do whatever for you, what's your passion, girl? Got the lyrics in my songs, and your cash in, girl. Leave that boy alone, he everlasting, girl. Everything he did, I don't pass him, girl. Seen a 20 grand, that's that shit, girl. I bought a whole mall if you ask me, girl. Bought a whole mall if you ask me, girl. Got the lyrics in my songs, we on cash in, girl. Leave that boy alone, we everlasting, girl. Everything he did, I don't pass him, girl. Seen a 20 grand, that's that shit, girl. I bought a whole mall if you ask me, girl. Yo, shawty, you know I gotta let it go sometimes. Gotta clear my head sometimes. I gotta get away some shawty. You know I just need a little peace of mind. Specifically, I'm talking about your mind. I gotta get that ass on.